And the Oscar goes to...
And the Oscar goes to...
And the Oscar goes to...
What next? Action! One more movie. It's a stereotype.
And action!
Film is a great collaborative art form.
It's gotta be truthful.
I pick my feature film battles very carefully. I must say, it's an exhausting process. Every time I would get tired of a scene and not want to persist, I would say, pain is temporary, but films are forever.
And the Oscar goes to Martin Scorsese.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you to the Academy.
Thank you so very much. And action!
Rediscover the emotion. It's time to reach for the crown. Anticipation builds. The video that we played yesterday, which was stolen from the Rolex media portal, has been released by Rolex and put on the official Rolex website. And we have all the breaking news. We have all the leaks, okay? We have every single change to the Rolex lineup on every model. That's right. We have everything from an inside source that shared basically through a very methodical and comprehensive investigation. We have every single change that will be announced tomorrow night. It's going to be fun, guys. I don't know how we're going to actually go through it because it's way too much information. We have information on every model, from the Daytona to the Oyster Perpetuals to the new Land Dweller, changes to the Sky Dweller. We've got it all. We've got everything. And and there's no better way to introduce a watch than to have the greatest of all time, the most incredible Rolex ambassador, put that watch on his wrist and have a great meal in the Swiss Alps. Rolex Land Dweller has debuted on the wrist of the one and only Roger Federer. Let's fucking go. What a great way to launch a watch. Rolex is the best. I got to tell you, this Rolex has knocked it out of the park this year. Absolutely phenomenal release. And I'm so excited. I got a text message just moments ago from somebody important. And I said, I'll take one. I will take one. Let me see here. I think I have a nice big fat image. Nice big fat image here to share with you guys. Let me see if I can put this into a browser. And if so, I will share it with you guys. There it is. There it is. Let's see what we can do here. It gets a little blurry when you blur it up really big, but hey. Here it is. It is the new Rolex Oyster Perpetual Land Dweller. Listen, the name is the name. Well, you know, we got stuck with the Cubitus. Looks like we're getting stuck with Land Dweller. You know, but huge news. We are approximately, let's see what, we're approximately 18 hours away from the Rolex releases, the official press conference, 18 hours away or so. But we've got all the details already. We've got everything. I mean, every detail we have, all the changes to all the models. We've been able to confirm 99% of everything. And we will be sharing all of it with you in exactly 5 minutes. So, a few housekeeping things. Just real quick. A few housekeeping things. This is the original OC channel. Please make sure if you're new that you are subscribed. When you subscribe, please enable notifications because we don't do videos. Don't do videos. We don't do boring watch content. You have to enable all notifications because we only do live streams. Okay. Housekeeping announcement number 2. Upvote the live stream. Please hit that like button. Housekeeping announcement number 3. If you are a member, if you have a star next to your name, click on the currency icon in the chat. Make sure that you don't lose your free member milestone chat. Check it right now. Make sure if you have a free member milestone chat that you use it. Number 4, if you don't have a star next to your name, become a member. Memberships are available. Become a member of the original OC channel. The link is in the chat. Number 5, we have a poll running. Okay? We have a poll running, and the poll is, do you like it? Do you love it, like it, or hate it? Actually, there's a 4th choice as well. The new Rolex Land Dweller. Do you love it? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Or do you want it because Rolex is the best? That's your 4th choice. Vote in the poll. Vote in the poll. Now, let's see who we have in the chat. Oh, let me go to Celebrity Watch Spotter on Instagram because, yeah, this is a pretty good. It combines the shot with the image of the watch, which I think is kind of cool. So let me do that. Shout out to Celeb Watch Spotter on Instagram. This is a pretty good way of doing it, right? I'm gonna like this comment, like this post. Join me in liking it, and I'm gonna type in a comment. Roger is the greatest. Awesome way to debut the New Rolex land dweller. Boom. Find my comment. Find my comment on this post on Celeb Watch Spotter and like it. I'll be the first. Here, I'll like it. Boom. I liked my own post. I like my own comment. Find my comment and reply to it. How about that? Go to Instagram. If you have Instagram, go to Celeb Watch Spotter. Find my comment on this post, like it, and reply to it. All right. Now, let's say hello to all the incredible people in the chat. We've got Wristwatchholic first. Alex, what's up? Wristwatchholic, become a member. We've got Mr. Tutor to You. Thank you for being here. Please become a member, Mr. Tutor to You. We will cover Tutor tomorrow. Will we? I don't. If here's my promise to Mr. Tutor to You: if Tutor releases something sensational, I'll cover it. I'll cover it. I promise. But if they don't, I'll ignore it. No offense. Hey, we got Andy Lewis, member of the original OC channel. Howdy, y'all. Was busy texting the AD. Awesome. Which one did you ask for? Which one did you request? We've got Kyle D. Been waiting half an hour for this strum. OC is slipping. Yeah, I was, this happened overnight. I think I posted the video of the land dweller overnight. Do I have that? Let me see if I can pull that up. Let me pull that up. The video of the land dweller. What did I do with it? Let me send it to myself. Boom. And let's see here. I've got the video of the land dweller. Let me see if I can save this. Open with a new app. Okay, cool. Let me see how I can share this. Hold on, guys. Stop screen. Present. Video file. Or let me just do this. Present. Sorry, guys. Yeah, let's do that. See if that works. Boom. Let's make this bigger. Yeah, there we go. Look at this. It worked. There we go. Check it out. Full video of the land dweller. I'm sure this animation will be on the Rolex website very soon. We've got it. All right, now back to the Instagram. All right. Now, all right, let's continue through the chat. Sorry. Thank you, Kyle D. Mr. G is in the chat as well. Mr. G. Federer, big leak. Yep. Federer is wearing it when Federer. There's no better way to launch a watch than to do it with Roger Federer. We've got Vimal. Thank you, Vimal, for all of your handiwork. Vimal has been feeding us a steady stream of leaks. Thank you, Vimal. Really appreciate it. You are a great contributor. Vimal is also a member of the original OC channel. Thank you. Logan Hall's Grill Streams is in the chat. What's up, Logan? Good to see you. Got Scott Wexlin. We've got McAllen Drinker. Got Sammy in the chat. We got Muhammad Ali. We've got Snookered in BC. We got Evan G in the chat. Evan G, I like everything except for the name and the dial. The name and the dial. Yeah, fix the dial by getting rid of the 6 and the 9. Come up with a whole bunch of different colors. Get rid, there have to be some dial colors that don't have the fluted motif, the hexagonal motif. And you got an awesome watch. Got MJ in the chat. What's up, MJ? Happy Sunday, all. We've got Bruce G, member for 3 months. Thank you, Bruce G. He's upvote number 10. Yeah, let's get all. Holy shit, there's 70 people watching right now. 70 people watching. We've got all the leaks, not just the Land Dweller. We've got every single model change. And we will be reviewing everything in meticulous detail coming up in 5 minutes. Guys, if there's 70 people watching, hit the like button. Let's get to 30 likes. Let's get to at least 30 likes. Come on. And vote in the poll. Vote in the poll. I want to see 50 votes in the poll. Let's do this. Hey, Mr. G just became a member. Awesome, Mr. G. Take a cue from Mr. G and become a member of the original OC channel. It's fun and easy to do. Hey, dear Artifacts in the chat, we love it. We love it. Yes, we love it so much we got to say it 2 times. Roger Federer debuting the new Rolex Land Dweller. Yeah, well, but what does it look like up close, OC? That's what it looks like. It is sensational. Sensational. Hey, we got Carlos Martin in the chat. Great scoop, OC. Thank you. We've got Michael W. from Hamburg, Germany. You know what? I'm pretty sure that the Russian hackers were not responsible for this. I'm pretty sure it was the Germans. I think it was the Germans. They hacked into the Rolex Media Portal and, they stole all this material and leaked it. They did it like a full WikiLeaks style data dump. Luchabetic Underground sending his audience over for full coverage of the Land Dweller. Awesome. See, we would have like 17 people watching if it weren't for Lucha. He sent his entire audience over. Thank you. Now we have 80 people. Awesome. Gatsby in the chat, a member of the OC channel. Thank you, Gatsby. Hey, OC, here's a hot take. Assuming we've seen all the novelties for this year, this will make 2 consecutive years of entirely uninspiring releases. My shopping list hasn't grown. Oh, I disagree. I think we've got a big, big year for Rolex here. An entirely new model. Come on, Gatsby, get excited. This is fun. This is awesome. We've got the leaks on everything. We've got all the information. It's so much information. You guys' heads are going to explode. Got JBI Deeks in the chat. We've got Clam. We've got John D. Hey, jumped on over from Lucha for the second half of the coverage. Lucha, Lucha, Lucha. Okay, thank you. MD Chaz is in the chat. He asks, do we know the size of the land dweller? No, we don't know the size. Don't know the size. Dear Artifact, Dad and I have been talking about the leak and saying how we don't like it. But now that we saw the lifestyle application and the spinning video, Dad was just like, yep, I'm seeing it. Yeah. What's not to see? When you see Roger Federer wearing the watch and looking how sexy it is, of course. The question is, what do you guys think this is going to be priced? What do you think the price is going to be? Got Cloud Ken. We got Orko, Jonathan Smith, the OC. Thank you. Who else do we got? By the way, it's customary. If you type something, if you're watching the show, by the way, Mr. G, great job with the Rolex emojis. Guys, if you're a member, you have access to custom emojis. We've got all kinds of stuff in there. We've got Jaguar, we got Porsche, I think. We've got Ferrari, Rolex, AP, Vacheron, Patek Philippe. For all of you guys, today is the chance, the opportunity to hit the Rolex crown emoji. Spam the chat with Rolex emojis. Let's do it. Rolex has outdone themselves. Best release of the year. So that's it. It's all but confirmed. I mean, you got Roger Federer wearing the watch. What else can you say here? I mean, that's it. Guys, go to Celeb Watch Spotter on Instagram and find my comment. My comment's right here. It says, Roger is the greatest. Awesome way to debut the new Rolex Land Dweller. And be sure to like the comment and reply. And if you want to think of a nickname for this watch, now's a good time to do it. I saw someone call this the landfill dweller. Come on, that wasn't nice. It wasn't nice. The landfill dweller. Come on. By the way, there are some details on the land dweller. There's some that I don't like, but there are some that I really do like, and I wanted to be the first person to point them out. So when you look at this watch, you realize how friggin' awesome it is. Number one, there's three things. Number one, look at the indices. I like the indices. I like how they're different. I like how they're faceted. I don't know if that's lume in the middle, but I love it. I love the way the indices look. Not the 6 and the 9. I don't like those. I wish it didn't have those. Number two, look at the hour and minute hands. The hour and minute hands are awesome. I better backtrack. I don't love the Mercedes hour hand. I don't like that at all. I like traditional hands, and these hands are awesome. I'm not sure if that's like all filled with lume, but I love the shape of them. I think that they're modern. They're fucking awesome. And number three, the seconds hand. I love the seconds hand. Look at that awesome hexagonal iconography that they put on the second hand. And that matches the hexagonal fluted motif on the dial. pretty fucking awesome. So the most, you know, a lot of things, there's a lot of things to like here. The case is awesome. The integrated bracelet is awesome. Of course, the quality is going to be sensational. The comfort level is going to be through the roof. Do I love I wish it didn't have the pattern on the dial. I wish it were something different. And I don't like the 6 and the 9. Other than that, this is a home run. Other than that, it is a home run, absolute home run. Reminder, we do have a poll going right now. The poll is the new Rolex Land Dweller. Love it, like it, hate it, or want it because Rolex is the best. Geez, people flooding into the chat. Today, we've got DP. We've got the Jorn Identity. What's up, Jorn Identity? By the way, I know it's I'm not compensated at all, but I do want to remind you that Deadbeat Seconds by J.W. Foster is available on Instagram. The hottest book of the year, the best novel, action-packed novel, is available from J.W. Foster. It's available on Amazon.com. Go to Amazon, type in Deadbeat Seconds. You'll find it there. If you don't have this book already, you're missing out. This is the hottest release of the year. Check it out. If you are in the chat and you have the book and you've read the book, if you could just do a quick comment to say, yes, I have it, I read it, and tell us what you think. But yeah, J.W. Foster, Deadbeat Seconds, the 1916 Company gold hardcover limited edition is available now. Available in hardcover, softcover, and audio versions. Again, the 1916 Company gold hardcover limited edition available now on Amazon.com. J.W. Foster, Deadbeat Seconds, the action-packed thriller about a watch community and a group of Miami watch collectors. We wrote a book. Miami crew wrote a book. That's right. We wrote a book, guys. Check it out. Deadbeat Seconds on Amazon.com by J.W. Foster. Shamba Basher's in the chat. What's up, Shamba? Who else we got here? We've got Marco B. What's up, Marco B? We've got LGA. What's up, LGA? Just shorten your name. You just like that whole left gun actual thing is like way too long, aka LG. Just change it to LGA. Yeah. You can have like a transition period where you have like left gun actual, aka LGA, but no one even knows that left gun actual anyway, because it's a new account that you created probably. Guys, we welcome people who have been banned to create new accounts here. Everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome back, guys. Everyone's welcome back, but the trolls have to create new accounts and they have to behave. That's just the way it is. Like, look at Apes. Check out Apes in the chat. Hi, OC. Look, Apes. See, he behaves. He comes here for the great watch content. Hey, we got Speedy Horrendous in the chat. Member of the OC channel. Good morning, watch turds. What's up, guys? Thanks for going to Celeb Watch Spotter on Instagram and liking my comment. Please, if you want, type a reply as well. Just hit the reply underneath and add your comment. But as you can see here, the video that was stolen by German hackers from the Rolex media portal and published in a WikiLeaks style data dump, which we then showed and played in its entirety yesterday, is now live on the Rolex website. So did they do this? Did they speed the release of this in order to, just because it had been leaked? I don't know. But we covered this in detail yesterday. If you want to understand from my guesses on what this is showing, I mean, it's 100% confirmed that is a yellow gold Daytona on Oysterflex with a new dial. It's 100% confirmed that is a white gold GMT Master 2 Sprite, and we think it's going to be with a green dial. So it is a white gold GMT Master 2 Sprite with a green dial. We've also confirmed, I believe, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that the 1908, the Rolex 1908 dress watch collection is going to be available on a full gold bracelet. Have you heard that? Yep. Well, we broke that yesterday. Full gold bracelet for the Rolex 1908 collection. It'll be a Jubilee style bracelet. And we've also been able to see through these leaks that the red ombre dial is a little bit of a up in the air right now. The red ombre dial may be what people are saying is a new red dial for the rose gold root beer. So full rose gold root beer with a red dial. Full rose gold root beer with a red dial. Not only that, not only have we been able to confirm all this stuff, we have all of the changes across the entire Rolex lineup. We have them all. So here's what we're going to do. It's too many to mention. Too many to mention. So maybe if, for those who ask questions, if you highlight the question, I will do my best to scour the web and get you the answer. But let me see here. I need to just do a quick housekeeping thing where I copy a link over. Just bear with me for a second. We need to open something in a new tab. Yeah, I'm flying solo, guys. So just bear with me for a second. I want to open up something here. I'll just open up the Reddit version. That's what I'll do. I'll just open up the Reddit version. We'll go through this. We'll go through it. Hold on a second here. All right. But until then, hold on. Just give me a few moments. Let's let some more people trickle into the show. If you just joined, the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Land Dweller has been confirmed on the wrist of Roger Federer. Let me bring up a big image of that. I think I have a big one. Yeah, I've got the big one. Hold on a second. right here. Boom and boom. All right, let's see if we can show this. Yeah, there we go. On the wrist of Roger Federer. Pretty cool. Yes, it does have AP vibes. Think Real says AP vibes. Yep. This is kind of a cool sports watch. It's like a new version. It's like a sportier version of the Datejust. Integrated bracelet. It's flashy. It's got hard edges. I love it. I absolutely love it. What do you guys think about it? Vote in the poll now. The poll is running. When we get to 100 votes, we will end the poll. Or maybe we'll just let it keep running. Let it keep running. Got Chris Hopper in the chat, says PRX vibes. Hey, well, the PRX, is a copy of the Oyster Quartz design. All of those watches from the 70s and 80s look similar. PRX, the 222, the Ingenieur, But we have all of the leaks. We have all the changes that are going to be implemented tomorrow. And yeah, let me give you another close-up shot here of the watch. Here it is, the new Rolex Oyster Perpetual Land Dweller, stainless steel. I love the hands, the hour hand, the minute hand, and the second hand is awesome. I love that little hexagonal fluted motif design that they put on the second hand. Very cool. Upvote the live stream. Reminder to upvote the live stream. So let's get to 50 likes. If you just joined the live stream, type in something in the chat. Make sure you hit the upvote button. LGA reminds us that, yep, the PRX was a revised version of the 70s Sea Star. Correct. Excellent watch knowledge. All right. Do I dare bring this up? Let's see if I should do this or not. I'm just going to pull up Reddit. I know it's dangerous to pull up Reddit, but I might as well. And due to some internet sleuths, I'm not saying they're affiliated with this program at all. I'm not at all. But we have all the changes. How about this? Like, if you have any burning questions, like, hey, did this change or that change, or you have a specific question, let me know and I can find the answer, because it's like a really long 4-page post on all of the changes that are happening across all of Rolex. But we have everything. We've got it all. How about this? I'll share some tidbits if you're listening in. Listen carefully. Here are some tidbits. Number one tidbit, the Oyster Perpetual in the 41 millimeter size is completely discontinued. Now, do you believe me? I don't know. We will see tomorrow. We will see tomorrow, but I'm right now, based on the reporting that I have, based on the sources, the Rolex Oyster Perpetual 41 millimeter is entirely discontinued. The whole size. The Oyster Perpetual 28, 31, 34, and 36 continue. What do you think of that? Every time I reveal something, you guys should be like going ape shit in the chat because this is incredible news. Revelation number 2. Are you ready for this? It's about the Pepsi. Hold on to your socks, guys. I'm about to reveal something incredible. The Rolex Pepsi. The Rolex GMT Master 2 126710 BLRO remains in the catalog. Remains in the catalog, no changes. There is one significant change to the GMT Master 2 lineup. It is not a new model. It is not a new case. It's not nothing. As we reported here yesterday, there's a new GMT Master 2 model. It's white gold with a left-hand crown with a black and green bezel. It is basically the white gold Sprite. The white gold Sprite will be announced tomorrow. It is official. But you knew that because we covered it here yesterday. The white gold Sprite is official. It may actually have the green dial, or it may be white gold with the black dial. We're not 100% sure yet. Okay. Revelation. The next revelation is that we're likely to see a change in the dial or an additional dial for the full gold GMT Master 2 root beer. The full gold GMT Master 2 root beer will be getting an additional dial. The rumor is that it will be red. It will be red or some kind of red tiger's eye. This, I'm not solid on this one. I'm probably at 60% on this one, 60 to 70%. But there is speculation that there will be a new full gold root beer dial. Right now, the current dial is black. It's likely to be red. Okay. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Any questions? Any questions? Let's see here. Yeah, don't touch the Pepsi. Don't touch the Pepsi's still there. The Pepsi is still there. Gatsby asks, is there anyone here in the least bit interested in a white gold Sprite? Seriously, I'm wondering why that would even exist. Yep. True. Well, there is a white gold Sprite, and it is called the Green Hornet. It was dubbed the Green Hornet officially yesterday. If it has the green dial, if it's a white gold left-hand drive Sprite with the green dial, it will be dubbed the Green Hornet. That was announced yesterday. So guys, get on the bandwagon. That's what it is. Like it or not, it's the Green Hornet. Okay. The Sprite still exists. The Sprite still exists for the black dial. But if it's a green dial, it becomes the Green Hornet. Green Hornet, white gold, green dial is the Green Hornet. Uh, additional changes. We will likely see and we've seen the leaks of the yellow gold Daytona on Oysterflex. That's actually on the Rolex website right now. So the stolen video from yesterday is now live on the Rolex website. And the image of the yellow gold Daytona on Oysterflex is in the video. And we think that it will be a new dial for the yellow gold Daytona on Oysterflex. Now, there's a lot of speculation that it's going to be turquoise. I don't know if it is or not. I don't know. We don't have independent confirmation on that. It was part of the leaks. I'm probably at 60 to 70% that it's turquoise. What else? I think you're going to see new dials across the Daytona lineup. You can see new dials across the Daytona lineup. So it's going to be exciting across both Oysterflex and full gold. Okay, not on steel. Zero changes for steel as far as we know. Zero changes to the steel Daytona lineup. You have white, you have black. All of the changes are in precious metal. Yellow gold, rose gold, and white gold. New dials. You have a new dial for the Yachtmaster. I'm sorry, for the Sky Dweller. New dial for the Sky Dweller coming. It will be on the yellow gold on Oysterflex. Sky Dweller, yellow gold on Oysterflex will be getting a new color dial. For those of you who picked up the beautiful floral motif Datejust, remember a few years ago they came out with palm fronds, the palm dial, palm motif, and that lasted a year or two and it was discontinued. And then they introduced the beautiful floral motif with the diamonds. If you were lucky enough to pick one of those up, congratulations, because the floral motif is discontinued. Floral motif, Datejust, discontinued. It's an awesome, awesome watch. Okay? I think it's one of the most beautiful Datejusts ever made. If you picked up floral motif, you lucked out. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, if you just joined us, the entire there's some changes coming to the Oyster Perpetual. Big changes to the Oyster Perpetual. A lot of new dials are coming, but all of those dials will be in the 28, 31, 34, and 36 sizes. The Oyster Perpetual 41 millimeter is discontinued. Discontinued. We will see in the 1908 collection, we will see a couple of new dials for the yellow gold. And based on the reporting, we may be seeing integrated bracelet. I mean, not integrated, a new precious metal bracelet available on the 1908. So there you have it. Now, if you're asking any changes to the Submariner, no. Any changes to the Sea Dweller? No. Any changes to the Deep Sea? No. Any changes to the Explorer? No. Any changes to the Air King? Well, despite the fact that we'd all wish that it were discontinued, no changes. It remains. And no changes to the Yachtmaster. So all of a lot of the key sports models, the Submariner, the Yachtmaster, the Air King, the Explorer, Sea Dweller, remain unchanged for 2025. But big changes coming throughout the rest of the collection. Thank you, John D, for the flamingo blue highlighted comment. The new GMT Lefty Green Hornet. We got it right. That's right. It's white gold, left-hand drive, GMT. We think it has the green dial. It has been dubbed the Green Hornet. So we got that right. And we've got Speedy Hernandez, member for 6 months. Awesome. You can jump in anytime. I don't even like Rolex, but OC's dulcet tones can make even the most boring watch brand sound interesting. Thank you, Speedy Hernandez. What's up, Buckley? Happy Sunday.
What are you doing? You got 106 people. What are you doing?
Nothing. We're covering breaking news. Nobody else. It seems like no other watch channels actually do breaking news anymore. We covered the interview with AP's Ilaria Resta. We covered multiple interviews that she did. Nobody else covered it. Nobody else did anything with that. We got the Rolex teasers. We got screenshots. We've got videos. We've got leaks. We've got stolen videos from the Rolex website. Nobody else is showing it. I don't understand what's going on. What happened to all the other watch channels?
So I guess this happened yesterday.
The Rolex Federer picture?
Yeah.
Just happened today.
So this was obviously very intentional.
Yes. I think Roger Federer is in Switzerland right now. Obviously,
They all are.
Everybody under the sun is there early.
They're there early.
They're there early, and anyone who's not important is not there, which includes 99% of us who are heading over there in the next few days. So,
yeah. Well,
but to have him wear this watch and debut this watch and be the first person to wear it is fucking awesome. It just is. The guy is so likable. He was so talented in his sport, and he's so well known and well liked, not just among Rolex fans, but worldwide. And for him, as a Rolex fan, to see him debuting the watch on his wrist is so exciting. The fondue, I'm not so excited about. I'm not a big fan of fondue. I had it last time I was there. It's not good. Sucks.
Fondue's for a bunch of skinny dudes who don't eat real food.
Right. If you want to join the panel, by the way, I will drop the link. We might be selective on who joins the panel. So just a warning, don't take it personally if you're not allowed on the panel. But we're just keeping it streamlined today. You feel free to jump in the back room, and we may let you on, we may not. So that's just the way it rolls. Don't hold it against me. Hey, Vimal, Flamingo Blue highlighted comment, Roger or Travis Scott. Pick your hero wisely, folks. Now, that statement was made in jest, but it is a contrast in approach between the two brands. Like you got AP with their collabs and cause, and then you got Rolex debuting a classy new watch with a guy who's considered elegant, classy, talented, and all that other stuff, and he just puts the watch on and it looks fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it looks great in this photo. It looks like a really nice watch, and I think they're going to have a good year. Believe it or not.
I think they're going to have an amazing year. What do you how do you feel about them not redesigning or tweaking the GMT Master 2?
I don't like it, but I'm not a GMT guy anyway, so I don't really care that much. I just think it should be redesigned. But, you know, I don't understand the fighting for different steel GMTs constantly. I just don't like pick one. Just pick one and keep it. And if the one you pick doesn't work out, you're not a GMT guy. You know, buying a second color is not going to change anything. It's the most volatile watch in the collection. People have had a bunch of them. They've gone down to 0. And then when new ones come out, they buy it again, and then they sell them again. See that right there? That's an OP.
It's an Oyster Perpetual 28.
100%. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely an OP.
You're talking about the woman's wrist?
Well, nowadays it's hard to tell.
Okay. No, it's 100% either an OP28 or an OP31. We went through the website yesterday and basically matched up the bracelet with it. So it's new dials for the Oyster Perpetual 28, 31, 34, and 36.
What did you talk about today? Just the photo?
Nope. We actually went through all of the leaks that have been shared by the hacker that went through the Rolex website. Not in excruciating detail, but basically highlighted a lot of the key things, that the Oyster Perpetual 41 millimeter is gone.
Now, is it gone? Is it gone because it's gone, or is it gone because there's 5 new colors coming and they redesigned the case and it has a new reference and this guy couldn't find it?
Is it likely that they redid the Oyster Perpetual 41 when they just launched it
Yes.
5 years ago?
Because a lot of people don't like the double hashes. Or maybe they don't like the 41 and they're bringing it down to 40. There could be a million reasons. They took it from... They only did the 39s for 2 years in the white and the black. And then they went into the 41 and they did 3 of the 4 colors for 18 months before discontinuing and kept the green. And it's been 2.5 years. So for them to scrap it completely and do a different case or do different colors, totally possible.
Okay, you're saying it's possible. I don't think we have any independent information on that, but sure, it's possible. Okay. But have you? I know you've seen this big, fat picture here.
Mm-hmm.
So now that everybody gets to see it kind of close up, what are your impressions? Guys in the chat too, if you haven't entered your impressions, what do you like about it? What do you not like? Let us know. But your reaction.
The photo sucks. The real image is Federer wearing it, and from 3 feet away, it looks like a very nice watch. Hidden clasp, new bracelet, shiny, thin case, fluted bezel, clean white dial, crown on it. What are you going to complain about? The 9 and the 6? Fine. Complain about the 9 and the 6. That's, insignificant compared to the rest of it.
Yeah, for me, the busyness on the dial kind of ruins it.
Are you going to see that though in the flesh? How is the honeycomb going to pop? How is the 9-6 going to pop?
It's just too much going on for me with the honeycomb. Like here's what I'm looking at. I see a fluted bezel, which you want all of your the eye and the attraction to go to the shimmer and the glitz of the fluted bezel. And then you have a rehaut, which is angled and brushed. I don't think very many people are kind of paying attention to the fact that there is a rehaut there. It's a new style rehaut for Rolex with a second track. See that?
I don't think the average person sees any of that shit.
I know, but I do. And then on top of that, now you've got a dial with a whole bunch of fucking hexagonal honeycomb shapes on it.
Right. Yeah, I
And
don't
then
know
you've got
about
a
that.
6 and a 9. I know it's too much for me visually. Too much
There's three problems. Okay.
shit.
The 6 and the 9, we don't know how that's going to really look. It's kind of annoying. The honeycomb and the actual name Land Dweller. The actual watch case and bracelet is great. I think it's great. I just don't know how I feel about the 6 and the 9.
Yeah, I don't like it. I'll tell you that much. I just don't like it. It adds when you have a 6 and a 9, then you have the Cyclops on the right hand side. It doesn't look good to me. And the name is the name. It sucks. It's a terrible name. I don't know how a brand as important as Rolex, with thousands of people working and dozens of super high paid executives and the top marketing people in the world, cannot come up with something better than that.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it's even real. We don't even know.
Yeah, this could all be an elaborate hoax, guys. This could be the most elaborate April Fool's joke of all time.
I think people are way off in what they think it's going to be priced. Maybe that's an internal argument we've been having. I don't know if you brought
Well,
that up.
it is going to be fascinating if this thing's priced at 10 or is it priced at 17 or somewhere in between. You know,
Some people think it's going to be low 20s. I think they're out of their mind.
I don't think there's a chance in hell that this will be over.
I think 14.5.
17,000.
14.5 feels right for this.
It's funny because like when we give a price of what we think the watch is going to be priced at, a lot of that is based on what we think we're willing to pay psychologically, which is kind of an interesting dynamic, right? Like you just indicated, if I'm reading it correctly, that you'd pay 14.5 for this watch all day long, right?
No, but I think people would.
Okay, so other people would. This watch to make it is no different than a $10,750 Datejust, probably.
Well, apparently the movement's going to be more interesting and, it's integrated and yada, 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 yada. But I mean, other than the name, I'm just looking at I like real life. I like real life. I like real life in the wild. What is this thing actually doing? What does it look like? How does it feel? And that looks good.
He's a big guy. I mean, people don't realize he's not.
His wrist is small. His wrist is probably it's I would say 7 inches flat, maybe just under. And he doesn't have his right arm, right where he plays tennis. That's bigger, obviously, but his forearm is small. He's skinny. That's probably a 7-inch wrist. Which is probably why he can pull off pretty much every watch they make without a problem.
Yeah, he has an uncanny ability to have almost. I mean, the 1908 looks good on him. Daytona's looking incredible on him. Yeah.
But that wrist is no more than 7 inches. Might not even be that.
This could be a 38 millimeter watch.
Could be a 37. Could be a 38. Could be a 39.5. Could be a 41. I mean, he's got one of those Ryan Singer wrists where it doesn't really matter. What I like about it is the bracelet looks nice, hidden clasp, and the case is thin with a fluted bezel. And that's what most people are going to like about it.
Yeah, let me pull up the see what I have here. I was going to pull up the video again, but it's okay. We got the crime piece in the chat. DP, Federer is 6'1". Aussie expats in the chat. A lot of people trickling in. Billy, Jean Galt. What's up, Tobister McDonkey? What's up, Tobister? I was hearing about you last night on the Franchise Club. Hope all is well. Aunt G. Over 110 people watching. Hit the like button, guys. Gatsby, thank you for the highlighted comment. $10 Canadian. Let's acknowledge the genius that came up with the name Landfill Dweller. That name will endure longer than this completely uninspired Rolex PRX. Gatsby, throwing some shade at the watch that Roger Federer is debuting today. Thank you, Gatsby. Landfill Dweller is a kind of a catchy name. It's kind of too many syllables, but it's a good. I like it. I think I like the watch. I like what they were going for. I like the concept behind it. I just don't love the name, and I don't like some of the design choices of the dial. But by the way, TGI, can you hear us? Unmute and let's see how you sound. If you're having audio problems, you can log off and try again.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, we can hear you perfectly.
Yep.
Right.
No feedback?
There might be some feedback. Check.
Check. Mic 2, mic 2. You know,
All right,
I'm
you're good.
gonna log off and come back again.
No, there's just always with you. There's always a little bit of feedback going back into the mic from the speaker for some reason. I'm not sure if you're using AirPods or what.
Well, I'm not using AirPods a second, but the AirPods weren't working, so that's.
Gotcha. Are you on an iPhone?
Yes.
Just going through StreamYard on an iPhone?
Yep.
Oh, it should work.
It should. Anyway, the watch. I love your enthusiasm for this, OC. You have a romance for this thing, and no one's seen it.
I'm trying to be as positive and enthusiastic about it as possible. Again, there are things that I don't like about it, but I do love the fact that they came out with what I consider like a Datejust SX or a Datejust whatever, like a new variant of the Datejust with an integrated bracelet. Harkens back to the old Oyster Quartz case and bracelet, integrated bracelet design. It's got a fluted bezel. It's got nice hands. I'm sure they'll come out with tons of. I mean, the bracelet is fucking phenomenal. Let's no doubt about that. They put their work into the bracelet. It's got a hidden crown clasp. It's classy as fuck on the wrist. You know, change the. You know, over the next few years, come up with new dials, and I'm in, baby. I'm in.
The bracelet is stunning, just stunning. The honeycomb dial, I'm not. I mean, it looks better. It seems without. There's going to be more honeycomb on it than what we're looking at. So there's going to be a lot going on with the dial.
Yeah, this is the same process that they used, that they invested in about 5 years ago when they developed the palm motif dial and the floral motif dial. It's the laser etching that they do. So they have sunburst and they do laser etching. It's pretty advanced stuff. But yeah, I'm just not a fan of this. So much stuff going on the dial.
Do we know if has anyone seen it ticking? Like, does it have a deadbeat seconds? You know, that's what I'm hoping for.
Good question. Yeah, forgot about that.
It would be cool if they did that to match the original case of the Oyster Quartz.
Lefty 1999, thank you so much for the 50 SAR super chat. Rolex back in the 1950s and up until the 1970s were doing things like this every few years. So this is a classic Rolex, including the goofy names. There, I mean, when you look back at, GMT Master isn't the best name either, but I mean, Sky Dweller, What the fuck is that as a name? These are
Dwelling in
not
the
good
sky.
names.
Sky Dweller sounds a lot better than Land Dweller.
True. Listen, they're good names. They have Explorer is a good name. Daytona is a good name, but a lot of them aren't great names. 1908 isn't a great name either. It's like, but is it one of those things with which we have to put up dealing with a terrible name from Rolex?
Yes. You'll put up with it,
We
and
put up with it.
next week by Wednesday.
These watches are going to be on the wrist of people's. They're going to be on people's wrist right away. Like they're going to be right away. They're in case right now, ready to go.
I'm sure Leo's already got one fired up. Probably like full rose gold or something weird. Federer is wearing it. Tiger Woods. I don't know. Who knows? But you know what they're
I'm
going
talking
to
about normal people. Well, like the Rolex best customers will be having them next week or this week.
I don't know if the releases get out that fast. Maybe.
Well, that was one of the things that Patek Philippe did very, very well when they launched the Cubitus, is they actually had watches available in boutiques quickly, and they the first batch landed on the wrists of people in the wild very, very soon after the watch was announced. That's one thing that Patek did very, very well.
What's your
We'll see if
thoughts on
Rolex
pricing?
follows.
I
Let's
missed
see if
that.
Rolex
What's your
follows in
thoughts on
Patek Philippe's
pricing?
footsteps. Go ahead, TGI.
What's your thoughts on pricing? How much you think it's going to go for?
14.
Man, that's a tough question.
14 with that clasp? I don't think so. It's got to be more.
I think if it's anything over 20, they're losing their mind.
Well, I mean, I'm going to guess 17, 8.
Yeah, I could see that. I just can't. People are saying 20 and up. I can't see that.
I want every single person watching right now, everybody who has access to the chat, to type in their guess for a stainless steel variant. Stainless steel, white. Assume it's a white gold bezel. Now, let me see if I can find a picture of the watch that's a little bit bigger. Maybe I'll just pull up the this here so you can see. Remind you of what the watch looks like in the flesh with the bracelet. Your best guess, what will it be priced at retail? Assume it's full stainless steel, integrated bracelet, hidden crown clasp, white gold bezel, normal dial. Type in your prices. Be specific. Don't say over or under this. Buckley's on the record, 14,000.
Yeah.
That's what he says. That's what it's. Shelby's on the record.
I'm sticking with
17,000.
17.8. Yeah, 17.8.
17. Oh, 17.8. Okay.
Yes. I mean, close to a date. What Daytonas are? What 16.8?
Daytonas are 16 something. Yeah.
Yeah. So very close to a Daytona price.
Let's see what you guys come up with. There might be some groupthink here. Boston Collectors first with his guess, $20,000. Okay. Mr. G says 11,500.
That's the Datejust price.
That's a Datejust price. Yep. Datejust price is 10,750, I believe, something like that, right? Billy says 12,800. I'll only pull up very specific guesses, guys. It has to be on the money. Crime Piece in the chat, 14,750. MJ is in the chat. He says 15,600. Dual Time says $22,000. New movement, new bracelet, open case back. Ooh, that's a good point. Open case back, potentially new movement, and beautiful new bracelet. Mr. Tudor to you, 14,800. Dr. Kevin Moore, 15,500. Think Real is right on top of Mr. Tudor to you's guess, 14,800. Cloud Ken says $10,000. I think he's delusional. I think it's too low. Eric L, $13,000 on the nose. Father Artifact, 13,800. Is that we're talking US dollars? Father Artifact, US dollars?
Can't be Canadian.
Can't be Canadian. Vimal, 14,500. LC, same guess, 14,500. Carlos Martin, 17,500. Logan Hall, 13,500. Super Pitchy, 12,345 and 67 cents.
It'd be funny if that was like a Rolex executive who was trolling us.
Could be. Let's see what else. It's worse, TGI, by the way. Bobby Dazzler, 16,000 on the nose. 16,000 on the nose. PG with a wild off the wall guess, 46,800. Maybe there might be a full gold version that ends up being 46,800. You never know. He might be right on the money. Humble Pine in the chat, 15,510 to troll AP. That would be funny. Get it? Get it, guys? Get it? Get it? 15,510. Okay, so let's go through some of the other changes. By the way, if you guys want to jump on the panel, there's a link somewhere, right? I'll drop it here, okay? But I'm going to go now through all of the controversial changes to the Rolex lineup based on inside sources that are completely untrustworthy. Ready? The Oyster Perpetual 41 millimeter is completely discontinued. We talked about that. Buckley thinks there's an opportunity or a chance that they might introduce a different size. But based on the reporting, 41 millimeter OP is gone. Reaction?
Like I said, I just can't see a world where they're going to pull the entire Oyster Perpetual line away from men.
Good point. The Pepsi GMT in steel remains. But there are two additional changes to the GMT Master 2 lineup. Number one, there is talk of a new dial for the full gold root beer. So as you know, the current full gold root beer comes with a black dial. There is a suggestion that there will be a new or replacement dial or alternate dial that will be red. So full rose gold root beer with a red-ish dial. Feel free to comment. Just jump in anytime. The next GMT change is we've confirmed. It's called the Green Hornet. It is the Sprite in white gold. 99% chance with a green dial. The Green Hornet.
I mean, do you have pictures?
Don't have pictures, but we have the model number.
Oh, see, are you naming it the Green Hornet?
It was named the Green Hornet yesterday. Someone typed in a comment and named it the Green Hornet, and it was good enough for us to basically rally around it and decide that, because we have to be the first people to name these watches. We named the Guinness when it came out a couple of years ago. So, and the entire global watch community picked up on it and named it the Guinness after we named it that. We're going to name this the Green Hornet. I think it makes sense. If it has the green dial. White
It has to have
gold.
the green dial. You can't make
Has
it
to have the
white
green
gold
dial.
and look exactly the same. It's
That
got to
would be-
be a different color
yeah.
dial.
Has to be a different color dial. But we do have the model numbers. The model number for the white gold is 126729 VTNR. We have it. 126729 VTNR -0001. And then we have that's the white gold. I'm sorry, white gold. The white gold is 126729 VTNR -0001. And we have the new root beer, the new rose gold, and it's 126715 CHNR -0002. So we have the new reference numbers. We do
Well,
have a new.
Pull up ID guy's Instagram.
Sure, happy to. Give me a
It'll be
sec.
very interesting if they discontinue the black dial root beer because that's just such a great watch. I would hate to
Well,
see that
but
go.
how many people bought it in full gold?
I did.
Okay.
I think it's a great watch.
A story or post? You want the Daytona here?
I'm just saying he has some images.
Okay, let me just go back then to here.
Yeah.
Okay, so this would be. This is a prediction. Again, this is ID Guy. Shout out to ID Guy on Instagram and also on YouTube. These are not official images. They're not leaks. These are renders that he created based on information that's out there about possible new models. So take that.
Yeah,
with a grain
I
of
think
salt.
this is the most inaccurate of the ones he has. I think some of the other ones are more on the nose, but because this looks ugly with that stone dial, whatever that is, it looks ugly.
Yeah. Okay, but there is a new full gold root beer. It's 126715 CHNR -0002. We have the reference number. Whether or not it looks like this, I am not sure. Okay, the Daytona. Now, we do have confirmation that there's new stuff coming for the Daytona. Obviously, there's new dials for the yellow gold. Actually, there's new dials across the board. I have the numbers. New dials for white gold, yellow gold, and rose gold, both on Oyster Flex and full metal bracelets. And we have the list of model numbers. It's new dials for all of them. The models that remain unchanged are the 126500 with white dial and black dial. Those are unchanged for 2025. But we have new dials for let me see. Okay, so we have new dials for yellow gold on Oyster Flex. We have a -0014 dial. We have a new dial for full gold, full yellow gold, and that dial is 0008. Actually, the numbers probably don't matter to you, but just know that there's one new dial for white gold, yellow gold, rose gold on Oyster Flex, and there's a new dial for yellow gold and rose gold on full metal for the Daytona.
Right.
Now, is the new dial for the yellow gold Daytona this? We don't know. We did see leaks 2 weeks ago that had a turquoise-ish dial. So I'm probably 70% thinking, yeah, why not? This could be real.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, we're in the minority, but I'm a fan. I think it's a fun watch. And I know it's going to be very collectible.
Very. I mean, that's pure fire right there.
Yeah, I think it's fun. All these guys are fucking going on and on about it because they have to, be tough or whatever. But
I think
when you're buying Oyster Flex Daytonas, you have a bunch of Rolex at home anyway. So what do you care? You might as well just have fun with it.
Yeah. You know, I think it's interesting how what's happening right in front of our very eyes is as late as maybe 3 years ago, we would talk about these watches and you knew what they were. For example, yesterday you brought up a watch that I wasn't familiar with. And I think we're going from the days of maybe 3 TV stations to like 500 stations, where you'll see a lot of watches that are made by brands that you're very familiar with that you've not seen the model before. Kind of interesting. And it's going to happen with Rolex. So you're going to see a Rolex that you've not seen before, where in the past you knew every Rolex.
Yeah.
But it sounds like they're about to just unload a ton of different variations.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
It's
I
one
like
new
it.
dial. One new dial, basically for yellow gold, rose gold, and white gold on Oyster Flex, and one new dial each for rose gold and yellow gold on the full metal. So that's that. Now, the date there's a lot of changes, a lot of discontinued dials and stuff. Probably not super important. But for those of you who care and were lucky enough to pick up the floral motif Datejust,
Mhm.
it is gone. So the palm fronds came and went in a couple of years. The floral motif replaced it. Now it looks like the floral motif will be discontinued. In the world of the 1908, it looks like we're getting one new dial, maybe two new dials for the rose gold 1908.
I
You
don't
guys-
know why they're wasting time with that.
Yeah. How many 1908s have you seen in a while? I've only seen one.
One. He's in the chat, actually.
Yep, he's in the chat. Actually, there's two. Roger Federer has one, and Father Artifact, who's in the chat, has one.
Yeah.
If you have a 1908, let us know in the chat. But yeah, I've only seen one person pick one up. But I've never even seen the platinum one in the flesh, and that was introduced a year ago.
The baby blue one? Yeah, I've never seen it.
Sky blue, yeah. The
Yeah,
I've
Sky
seen it on
Blue,
exhibition.
never seen it.
It's not very exciting.
Let's see what else ID guy has here. Okay.
I kind of hate this. I hate John Mayer green.
It looks like he did a version with more of an olive-ish look to it. It's not a super bright green. Would you like it? Would you like it with anything?
No, so this would. I mean, I don't like this because I don't like John Mayer green. I think the John Mayer green is the ugliest shade of green they ever did. I think that if they, in the rose gold, if they did the mint or the olive like they did on the date, I mean, that's nice. Is it interesting? No. You know, this will be a big watch out of the gate, but it'll slowly die. You know, a year from now, it'll be kind of dead below retail. But I don't like it. I don't think those two colors go together. The ombre,
Green and gold?
so much. No, green and gold go together, but the ombre version on the yellow gold date is so much better. This John Mayer green is terrible.
Yeah. Just so you know, based on our sources, there's only one change planned for the Sky Dweller line, and that is there's a new 336-238-0004, which is a new dial for the yellow gold on Oyster Flex. So this is probably far off base, probably won't happen. Based on our sources, which are unconfirmed, we are seeing the launch of a 336-238, which is yellow gold on Oyster Flex 0004 dial configuration.
I see Bobby Dazzler talking about the plethora of sky dwellers for sale. It doesn't seem to be a popular watch.
I don't think that's the problem. I think it's just the most expensive precious metal watch they make. And we're in a time where it's hard. It's hard to sell a $60,000 watch.
Yeah.
Especially, they're making the same amount of Sky Dwellers per year. They're making more Sky Dwellers per year than Vacheron makes watches. So, it's hard. It's hard. I think it's just a price thing.
The price on this watch, right? TGI.
It's got. I don't know the price.
It's $57,000.
It's too much.
Yeah, it's $57,000. So, I mean, gone are the days where the Sky Dweller was the affordable choice. And on Oyster Flex, they're expensive as well, and they're ugly.
Yeah.
Shout out.
They suck on Oyster Flex.
They suck on
top
Oyster
heavy.
Flex.
They're top heavy on a slender wrist. That's
They're
my
just
biggest challenge. with them.
Listen, this I've said it before. I've said it for years. I get some heat over it, but a lot of people I think secretly agree with me. This watch was designed in the era of the Datejust 2 and the Date 2. The same people who fucking designed this designed those watches. Ugly fucking watch. Okay, it's always been ugly. It's a stupid complication to have that stupid red window
The red
going
for the
around.
month. The red for the month.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb. Everything about it is dumb. That stupid giant circle that takes up that's oddly placed on the lower half of the dial. It goes up over the top. It's ugly, and the giant fucking batons. This is an ugly Datejust 2 with a ugly fucking circle in it, and it makes no sense. And yeah, you can say, oh, well, there's a command bezel, and you turn the bezel this way, and it does that. You turn the bezel that way, and you set that. Who gives a fuck?
I'll say, OC, it's way more entertaining when you don't like a watch than when you like a watch.
100%. Tell me how you really feel.
When you don't like a watch, you just do not hold back, and that's what makes it so entertaining.
Yeah, but on the other hand, I got one at retail, and I sold it to the Wizard, and I made $15,000. So.
Boom, shakalaka. Boom.
So yeah, the watch has been good to me, but it's an ugly watch, and it is big on my wrist too. Even when I had fat wrists, even when I had a 7-inch wrist or a 7.25-inch wrist, the watch doesn't look good. Buckley could wear this watch and it looks good. He has the best configuration.
I like
white
Sky
dial.
Dweller. I don't feel the same way. I like the Sky Dweller, but
Yeah,
I like the Sky Dweller. It just doesn't fit me.
It's
but
a
I like the Sky
Datejust
Dweller.
2. It's a Datejust 2 with a bad complication.
It's the most complex Rolex they make. It's got a lot of cool stuff on it.
I don't give a shit about any of that. I just like the way it looks.
It doesn't have a goofy name either.
But what isn't goofy is that we nailed this. The Green Hornet, and this is ID Guy's interpretation of the Green Hornet. It is a white gold, the new white gold GMT Master 2 Lefty. And it is the 126729 VTNR-0001. New white gold left-hand drive, black and green bezel. And if the rumors are true, green dial, the Green Hornet.
I'm just prepare yourself for the guy that's going to put a green dial in his Sprite to get this look.
You think, oh, so a bunch of aftermarket, let's just say a counterfeit. Listen, the I'm not going to name the ethnicity of the group or the nation that's primarily responsible for manufacturing, industrializing, and flooding the market with counterfeit dials. Buckley may do it.
You mean China? China?
Yeah.
China?
But listen, those guys within a few weeks are going to have green dials. They probably already do have green dial GMT Master 2 left-hand drive dials flooding the market. But anyway, I think I'm not a fan of green. Buckley's a fan of green. Others are a fan of green. It's Rolex
I like
color.
good green. I like good green. I don't like fucking toy green. I like classy. I like the Cubidus green. You know, I like olive.
The Cubidus green is very nice.
I like the
AP
olive.
green. The AP green is a little wonky.
I like it. I don't think it's
Eh,
bad. I think it's bad.
By the way,
I don't like
TGI,
right bullshit.
remember your audio settings, however you set up your audio or whatever, because you sound perfect. There's no feedback, and just remember that whatever you did for next.
Oh no,
time.
I fixed it. Fixed it for good. I got
Awesome.
it's all taken care of.
What was the issue, by the way?
It was just a setup on the phone to my headphones.
Nice.
It has to be done within the app, so I got it fixed.
Cool. Thank God. All right. If only we could have someone on the panel who has a history buying GMT Master 2s over and over and over and over again. Maybe that person would be qualified or maybe completely unqualified and biased to share his opinion on this reference. Again, we are confirming and announcing today that the new 126729 VTNR-0001 white gold left-hand drive, it used to be called the Sprite, will be available in white gold. It has been dubbed the Green Hornet. Brian L. Pipe, what say you?
First of all, I'm completely unbiased, amoral, bipolar, and I love GMT Masters. And it's a bad addiction.
Let me tell. When did you buy your first GMT Master from Rolex?
The first one directly from Rolex?
No, the first one you ever bought for your collection.
Oh, 2018. Yeah. 2018 was when I bought the black. I bought it from Bob's Watches.
And you remember what you paid for it? $7,000, $8,000?
I think with shipping and everything, I think it was like 6,800.
Jeez, 6,800 just a decade or so ago.
And I sold it for 11 when I ended up having too many.
You famously, and I think you still have in your collection, a GMT Master Tiffany & Co. branded, correct?
Yeah.
What's the reference on that?
One something.
Okay.
It's a 1987 GMT Master. Or
GMT
86.
Master.
Yeah.
Not a Master 2.
No, it was during that time when they were running both.
Right. And then you famously had additional GMT Masters, including the white gold meteorite Pepsi, correct?
I still have that.
Still have that. Okay. Yeah. And then you've gotten rid of some other ones that kind of came and went. Listen, you have a white gold meteorite Pepsi. You have a vintage GMT Master with a Tiffany & Co., which is a full gold, right?
No, two-tone.
Oh, two-tone.
Two-tone Jubilee.
And so now what do you think? What do you think of this?
So I've got
and you also have the Sprite. You also have a steel Sprite, correct?
Yeah. I have the steel Sprite. I have the two-tone Guinness. I had the two-tone root beer. I had the yellow gold green dial. Am I missing any others? But
this is it's good you're on the panel because you're the ideal Rolex customer for this. Like they are speaking to you. They made this model for people like you, like people who love GMT Master 2s and bought a shit ton of them and love them. So it's what is it? Is it an anniversary for the GMT Master 2? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's the 70th anniversary. And if you remember, back in 2005, they introduced the GMT Master 2 was the first watch to get the ceramic bezel, and it came out with a green or a black dial on yellow gold. The black dials, you can get them now for 26 to 28. The green dials, 32 to 34. I had the green dial. I'm still seriously considering rebuying one of those green, yellow golds.
You know what, Brian? I had that green dial too. And the trick with it is, and you know this, Brian, is that they came out with a black dial and a green dial version of that.
Yeah.
And people could go back and change the dials. So the trick is making sure you got the right green out of the gate dial and not a black dial that was swapped to a green dial.
Yeah, you want one carded as a green dial.
Yeah. I love that watch. And I love this watch, but I think that this reminds me of the Smurf, where you just need to wait and let time pass and get this under retail, because this is definitely going under retail over time.
Yeah, and with the
I don't think so.
dramatic, I mean, with the dramatic solid gold price increases over the past couple of years, I mean, this is going to be what, mid 40s, high 40s?
High 40s.
Yeah. I mean, what's the white gold media right now? 48, 49?
I don't think this will be below retail for a very long time.
Look what happened to the 50th anniversary. The watch that we're talking about, this green and gold.
That came
Super
out
cheap.
before hype, though.
Yeah. No,
The Smurf too.
Yeah, Smurf came out in 2008.
Yeah, I think white gold colored dials are hard sell, because people want the classic Rolex buyer. Not all Rolex buyers, but there is a segment of Rolex buyers that want people to see the money on their wrist, and this one looks like steel, so you got to not care. And I think that has hurt the value of these.
So my initial thought with this was it would have been better if they just did it as a solid black or a solid green bezel with the green dial. The two-tone bezel is too close to the Sprite. So I would like to see it solid black bezel, solid green bezel, green dial.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
No.
Come on, total black dial makes kind of no sense. The modern
You need it for the
GMT Master,
GMT. Yeah.
yeah,
No,
the
I'm
modern
just-
GMT Master 2s have day night indicator, basically inferred by the bicolored bezels, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Yeah, you get
Yeah,
it.
I mean-
You're an expert.
I would like it. So that's why I would like, if you're going to do an anniversary version of this, do it completely different than everything else. Do the solid bezel, solid dial. Yeah, do it in green. Fine. Got it. But the bezel makes it look more like the steel to me. I don't know. But then I'm also the idiot that has the Meteorite Pepsi that's got the Pepsi bezel and then the fuzzy white dial.
The Meteorite Pepsi, though, is the gold standard. I mean, that's the pontiff of GMTs. Is there a better one?
It's the only solid gold GMT that's still selling for over retail on the secondary, but just barely now.
I rest my case.
Until we find out that they've delisted the Pepsis completely. But no, that was my first thought when I saw this. Do I want to put down 48 for this? I'm probably not even going to ask for it. It's not that different to bump something out of my collection.
It's interesting how some watches that Rolex offers can be very similar to other ones, yet the market reaction is very different. So this, construction wise and visually, is this that much different than a white gold sub? Like the white gold sub with the blue bezel has been a dog at retail for years. It's priced at 44,000, I think, and they're going for 10,000 off. And yet you have a white gold GMT, same kind of watch, but it's going to be super hot.
Yeah. I don't. That's I was looking at this and I've been digesting it for a while. I hope the dial's got a little more pop to it than what this render is showing. But what would I have to, would I be willing to bump this? Could I bump it into my collection and at that price? Yeah, I don't. And the answer keeps coming back to me is no, I don't think so.
You could fucking liquidate that Patek you just got.
What? No, I like that.
This would be a far better trade.
Here we have ID Guy's render of the Land Dweller. This was before it came out, but now, of course, we have the actual photo. We have the actual photo, and even better than that, we have the photo on Roger Federer's wrist. Let me see if I have that big one. Boom.
I like all the people who are like, how do I put? I'm not going to put it nicely. There's a lot of people that don't know how to dress themselves, and they keep calling this a dress watch because they're fucking stupid. While they're looking at a photo of Roger Federer wearing a sweatshirt, wearing it, and it looks great, and they're getting, oh, it's a dress watch. I wonder how it looks with suit. It's like, that's not what Rolex does. They make watches to wear with anything. Maybe you've been here 3.5 minutes, but let me teach you about Rolex. You're supposed to pick it up in the morning and take it off at night, and everything you do in between it should go with. That's what they make watches for. So stop being a fucking idiot.
We've got Vimal in the chat. Vimal actually has what I do consider breaking news. The hacker that posted all of the reference changes, and that we've been referring to all those reference changes here on this program, thinks that there's an entirely new reference series to replace the Oyster Perpetual 41 millimeter. Buckley, are you translucent?
No, it's just common sense. You don't pull. Maybe AP could take some notes. You don't pull away from the men's collection. They tried that with the 36 Explorer, and it fucking blew up in their face. And they came out with a 40.
It's a combination of translucent and clairvoyant. I don't know, whatever it is.
You don't do it. You don't get away from. You don't get away from men's size watches, and try to. They would never do that. You're not going to convince a guy who's been wearing 41s to go down to 36, unless he's in a group like this and you understand and you have a small wrist. Can't even convince Rolex to go from 41 to 36, and he knows better. You think they're going to convince half these fucking jabronis that walk in every Saturday that are wearing 41 Royal Oaks falling off their wrist to go down to 36? Come on.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the 41 Rolex doesn't feel like a 41, doesn't feel like a 41, or the 41 AP feels like a 41.
41 AP to me feels like a 42.5.
Yeah, it feels big.
Yeah. But it's just, I mean, why would they do that? Why would they pull all the men's sizes away? And what, they're going to try to convince you that 36 is the new men's size? Good luck. Good luck with that. 1 million watches a year around the world. Good luck.
Yeah, but for all the 41s and those Oyster Perpetuals, they have 36s, so everybody's happy. Everybody wins.
Yeah.
He says, so it's either a new size or a bracelet change. He also says that his IP address has been banned by Rolex. So apparently they found out the IP address that was very successful at visiting these pages through trial and error, basically like typing in a whole bunch of different URL names with different reference numbers, and was able to put together an entire dossier of all of the changes on the Rolex website.
Wow.
Yeah, that's commitment.
Yep. Tremendous commitment. But there are people that in the watch community that love a challenge. So
Dupatek.
he did it.
Dupatek now.
Dupatek Philippe.
Who's
Good
to
luck
say he
with it.
hasn't? He just says,
If you can crack Rolex's website, you can crack Patek's.
If you just joined the live stream, this is the original OC channel. Upvote. Make sure you subscribe. Enable all notifications. We have all of the news. We changes to the There are no changes to the Submariner. No changes to the Sea Dweller or Deep Sea. No reported changes to the Yachtmaster. No changes to the Explorer.
No titanium.
No changes to the Air King. Yeah, no additional titanium.
So far.
So far, what we do have is apparently some breaking news and some controversy around what has been reported as the discontinuation of the 1 millimeter size of the Oyster Perpetual. That was revealed a few hours ago, and now it's being reported that it may be possible that there's a new reference number associated with that model, which means, or which would indicate significant changes to it.
40
Just
millimeter, I think would get a lot of people to stop crying, get rid of the double batons. Yeah, 1 millimeter down and batons, and I think you got a whole bunch of people. But here's the thing.
You have the 39 millimeter with the single batons.
Yeah, but it's discontinued a long time now.
Yeah.
So the thing is, I've been in a lot of Rolex boutiques, and I've walked in cold, and I've been offered stuff. Never been offered an Oyster Perpetual 41, ever. And I've never seen one sitting in the case that's unclaimed, ever. So, people shit all over it, but don't forget, it's like $6,500, and it's a one and done Rolex. They sell very, very, very well. I think they're over retail, actually, or at it. They're either at or above retail in all the colors.
The 41s are slightly over retail.
Yeah.
And depending on the color, way over retail still.
Right. So I don't know why. I mean, it's like people need to do a factory reset on their brain, I think, because they're so used to looking, especially on this stream, they're so used to looking at exclusive brands and all this shit. You got to pull all that away and go back to basic fundamentals. Like the 41s sell, they're relatively cheap, and you can do anything in them. Why would they get rid of that?
mm-hmm.
New colors. How about a purple?
Oh, they could do tangerine. They could do purple. They could do mustard. They could do like a coral. They could do a whole bunch of shit with those, and people will run. People will run. Who's going to say no to it? Like a 40 millimeter or 41 purple. Who's saying no if you get that call? You take it, right? Why not? It's going to be collectible. They're going to do what they did last time. In a year and a half, it'll be gone. They'll make 1,000, 2,000 of each color, and that'll be it.
Yep. Other changes that have been reported include discontinuation of the floral motif dial on the date chest. We have one new dial for the Sky Dweller on yellow gold with Oyster Flex. One new dial color. That could be the green that has been rumored.
Yeah.
We have new dial colors for all of the Daytonas that are in precious metal. So we have new dial colors for white gold, yellow gold, and rose gold on Oyster Flex. We have a new dial color for rose gold and yellow gold on the Oyster full metal bracelet. And no changes to the stainless steel 126-500 in white or black. No changes there. And we got the change. We got the two changes on the GMT Master 2. The new green Hornet, which is the white gold Sprite, possibly with a green dial, and the new full rose gold root beer with a new dial. And then the celebration dial for the Oyster Perpetual is apparently discontinued across the entire lineup.
Boy, that's going to be a money watch for years.
Yeah. And the Pepsi remains unchanged. So steel Pepsi, all of the Pepsi configurations apparently remain unchanged. And
I am interested to see this Land Dweller in person.
I think Land Rover is might stick.
Land Rover.
The Land Rover. I've seen it a couple of times in the chat, and it just sounds so funny. It just, the Land Rover.
Now, there are other things that are happening at Rolex, like, for example, the so-called natural double escapement or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a watch guy, so I don't know what it means. There has been some talk about a deadbeat seconds movement Maybe that'll come to fruition, maybe not. Rolex did leak that they're going to be expanding the use of the Saloxy hairspring, which I don't care about, but whatever.
Did you guys talk about the balance on the second hand on this watch?
Yes, but I love it. I
Yeah.
absolutely love the fact that it is a hexagonal fluted motif balance on the second hand. I think it looks awesome. I love it. Because to me, it means
are you a secondhand snob? Like
no,
it's
no,
got to be a thing.
not particularly, but I am a hands guy. I mean, I like good hands, and this has good hands. The hour hand is cool.
You like good hands?
I like good hands. Good hands feel good.
Yeah.
All of OC's money on OnlyFans goes to hand models.
Yeah, but by the
Brian,
way,
are you allowed to talk about any of this stuff anymore? Being associated with Disney?
Like what?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd make any sexual references if I were you.
It wasn't sexual. It was hand modeling.
his real name's not even Brian, so it doesn't matter. By the way, if Rolex
Roberta.
doesn't, if Rolex does not come out with a new Deadbeat Seconds movement, it doesn't matter because you can own Deadbeat Seconds by J.W. Foster right now. Order on Amazon. It's available on Amazon.com. Deadbeat Seconds by J.W. Foster, the hottest book of the year. And by the way, there's watches in it. There's the author.
32 watches.
32 different watches incorporated like Easter eggs weaved throughout the storyline. It is an action-packed thriller that is, you don't have to be into watches to like it, but if you're watching this channel, chances are you know something about watches and you will love it. It's like James Bond, like a James Bond thriller, like a Bourne Identity style thriller meets watch collectors. Check it out on Amazon.com.
And please note that hot is spelled Haute.
Yeah, thanks for the plug. I always appreciate that.
Pleasure. All right. So here we have on the Rolex website the leaked or stolen video that we aired yesterday. I'm not sure if they were going to show this timed to launch today, but maybe there was a lot of pressure. They realized, oh shit, it's out, so we might as well put it on the homepage. But this is the video we covered yesterday. Here are the elements: yellow gold Daytona, sunrise, some kind of red ombre dial, a gold Jubilee bracelet, some kind of bubbles, some kind of ice, and the Oyster Perpetual or Datejust 28 or 31 on a woman's or man's wrist. That's it. And the white gold Sprite, the white gold, which is now the Green Hornet.
If that was platinum and with a display back, then I would have been all over it.
On the Green Hornet?
Yeah, and still wouldn't have been able to get one, so it wouldn't matter.
Now, one thing that is interesting, let me see. I'll go to the official Rolex Instagram. See if there's anything special about the Rolex Instagram here.
While you're looking, Bimal was asking what the panel expected from Patek, and I'm going to stick to my smaller Cubitus release on Tuesday.
That's what I heard too.
That would be amazing.
Would it?
Yeah, because they just came out 7 months ago with a whole new model that was 5 years, 6 years in the making. So the fact that they were also making simultaneously a whole other case size is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm
If-
with you on that. I think that's coming also, based on what I heard.
Let the record reflect that there are 4 people on the panel. All 4 own Patek Philippe. Now, if you
And some of
don't,
us own 2 that people hate.
true. Joint Identity has 1 in the collection, correct? 1 Patek Philippe.
I have no watches. I don't know why you keep talking about this. I have
Shit.
I have a collection of. I have a couple of. I'm really into the Omega
Beanie
swatches. The Omega swatches.
I forget because you put that one on the wrist at the party a couple weeks ago, and I just in my mind I keep thinking that was yours. I'm not sure.
No, every watch you see, somebody gave it to me to wear. It's one of the perks of being an author. It's pretty cool.
You mean to tell me that this dude's a stealth spruiker?
I don't know what that is, but what does that mean?
You're an undercover influencer?
But I don't. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm just selling books, man. I'm just trying to sell books.
Skip intro with the flamingo blue highlighted comment. When is the global watch moratorium coming to an end? Slated to come to an end tomorrow, March 31st, but by popular demand, it may be extended for another 30 days. It may be extended for another 30 days. There's so much uncertainty in the market right now. And it's not like anything that's being announced or released at Watches and Wonders over the next few days will be available in any way, shape, or form. How would you feel, guys on the panel, if the watch moratorium were extended for another 30 days? Cool with that?
Yeah, I'm gonna do whatever I want, so who cares?
Well, you can't. That's the whole point of the moratorium. You can't really cross the picket lines.
Yeah, I'm a scab.
Scab. All right. Don't buy. Do not buy anything at retail for another 30 days. That may be the proclamation coming down from the Council of Horological Physical Fitness, or whatever it's called.
Wait, you qualified that with retail?
Yeah, retail.
So is the secondary market retail?
No.
Okay, I'm fine. I just have to wait for a used copy of Deadbeat Seconds to come out.
You want to use
pre-owned version with writing in it, with people drew pictures on the pages.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. So yeah, I've got this video here. Let's see. This is on the Rolex Instagram. Rediscover the emotion. We've got the red ombre. We still don't know what that is. It could be the dial for the new root beer, the full gold root beer. We got a Jubilee bracelet here. That could be the Jubilee bracelet that's going on the 1908. Maybe.
Did you see the dots on that dial? Didn't those dots look like a Submariner?
Exactly. They're very big holes, which to me indicate that they are holes for a gem set circular diamond. That's what I think.
Look at that. What a tease.
Mm-hmm. And it could be a red ombre because they're showing like black filling out. See? You got the Jubilee bracelet here.
It's a gold watch.
Yeah. This is interesting because this is the 1908 movement, but at the top you can see it has an integrated bracelet.
Maybe that's a full gold land dweller. I can't even say it.
Land Rover. It's a full gold Land Rover. That's what
a full gold land dweller.
Could be full gold Land Rover, right? Sure. And then you got the white gold Green Hornet here. Then we got some kind of weird stuff, and then it goes so fast.
Oh, that's a lavender OP.
Could be lavender OP. If you just joined us, we are sharing the news that the Thank you, Skip Intro. Appreciate it. That the land dweller is real. The land dweller is real. And it is adorning the wrist already of the incredible Roger Federer. And we've covered pretty much all of the leaks. If you have a specific question about a Rolex collection, type it in the chat, highlight it with a super chat. We will review it for you, but we've covered everything, all the changes to all of the collections. Let's go to the poll. We have a poll running right now, and the question is, do you love it? We're referring to the new Rolex Land Dweller. Do you love it? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Or do you want it because Rolex is the best? Those are your four choices. Over 180 people have voted in the poll. I think that's enough to pretty much close it and publish the results. The results are the new Rolex Land Dweller, like it, 40%.
Wow.
Love it, 17%. Hate it, 33%. And want it because Rolex is the best, 8%. So the people who hate the watch, and I use the word hate intentionally, one third hate the watch, and close to 60% either like it or love it. That's a good sign for Rolex. I think that's a good sign because people, I think people are likely to like it more and more over time. So the fact that they're starting off with 65% of the people liking it is a good out of the gate launch.
That's impressive. If that was on an Oyster bracelet or Jubilee bracelet, that those numbers would just tumble. I think a good chunk of those likes are because of the bracelet.
Yeah, and let me see if I can. I had at one point a big ass version of the bracelet. Let me see if I have that still.
I am very intrigued by the bracelet.
Pretty sure it was on the Rolex website, on the Rolex YouTube page, and they did a video 2 days ago. And let me get to the bracelet here. Let me change this to super high fidelity. Okay, resolution. Okay. Where did it go? Here. Slow it down.
So now that we have the Sea Dweller, the Sky Dweller, the Land Dweller, the next model is going to be the Basement Dweller.
This is the shot that sells the watch. Yeah, the Basement Dweller, I think, is a no-brainer. They definitely need to come out with that one.
Yeah.
So this is the shot, or these are the frames that basically sell the watch. If you just go back and forth here,
look at
you
this.
see,
look, instead of pins and sleeves, it's got screws.
Yeah, unlike those crappy Chinese-made Nautiluses.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at the brushing. Look at the chamfers. I love the blocky rectangular look of the outer links. It's a flat link design. It's a modern interpretation of a Jubilee bracelet. Look how fucking shiny the crown is. It's a hidden crown clasp, which means Sexy AF.
You think they're gonna drop a two-tone right away too?
Probably.
That's a-
Yeah. I can see that.
Look at that. The beak and the hook, guys. Look, she got that beak. Boom, boom, boom. And it just flips up and then snaps into place. This is the image right here that sells that watch. And I'm sure it's going to be comfortable on the wrist. It is the Land Dweller. This is a bad picture, but whatever. Hold on, let me a second. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I need to check some messages here.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so much going on in this dial, man. The honeycomb, the 9 and the 6. There's so much going on. Saved by the bracelet.
There may actually be too many things going on this watch. Between the bracelet, the fluted bezel, the honeycomb, there just may be too many angles and tweaks.
Too many? I don't know about that.
It may just be a little too muchy, you know?
What do you think the gray market is going to be out of the gate?
Oh, I will have to depends on the price.
What's that noise?
I
You
I'm
hear
think
it?
getting
that's,
Facebook messages.
Oh.
Let me see here if I can get a nice fat video going. Let's see. Let's stop the screen. Let's present. Where'd it go?
I dwell on the land.
Yeah, why not?
Luckily, do you want a Land Rover?
Land Rover?
Yeah, I'm calling the Land Dweller the Land Rover. Do you want a Land Dweller? Do you want to
No,
dwell on the
I
land?
don't think so. I mean, I don't. I kind of like the way it looks, but I don't think I have a date just. I don't think I need a.
Is this going to be the thinnest Rolex next to the 1908? It looks really thin.
Looks pretty good.
What do you think now that you can see the Rolex animation? Let me move us over to the side here.
I think the only issue is the dial.
Buckley, don't you think with that open case back, it has to be more money?
Well,
It can't be like 11 or 12. It's got to be more money.
I think it's going to be in the 14s. I mean, how much can they charge? You know,
I'm guessing 10% above a date just 41.
I think you're a little low. I think it's going to be mid 14s. I don't know why they're fucking around with the open case back either. I think that's stupid.
I mean, they're not, yeah, you're right. They're not really revealing a beautiful movement there.
No, they never do. I don't know why they would even attempt to do that.
Yep.
I mean, I get it on the Le Mans. Fine. That's like a special thing, but you're going to mass produce this. Like, we don't need an open case back.
Oh yeah, that's 17 and change all day. Did they say what the rotor is made out of?
This is going to be, if it's yellow like that, it's going to be a 18 karat yellow gold rotor.
Okay, you got 18 karat rotor, 18 karat gold rotor at 17 and change.
You guys can find this video yourselves. There's some people in the WhatsApp group that have it, so you should be able to zoom in and see if there are 18 karat gold markings on the rotor.
Wait, let me get my magnifying glass out. That's how old I am.
What do you think about one of the criticisms of Omegas is that they don't taper. But this looks like so it doesn't tape. This one looks like it doesn't taper all that much, but it still looks good. It maintains the same thickness of the bracelet all the way around.
If it tapers too much, it'll look feminine.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
It tapers, though. I mean, it definitely tapers. I think it tapers just like a Datejust would taper.
Yeah, it definitely tapers. Oh, I can see a two-tone right out of the gate. You can just see it.
Oh yeah,
you can see it for sure. You can see full gold. You can see rose gold. You can see yellow gold would be a knockout. You know, why stop there? Why not go black ceramic? Why don't we take this why don't we take this design, this collection?
Stop with the ceramic. Ceramic. Oh my God.
Ceramic, titanium. Let's go. Go with the. Let's do it.
Let's fucking go, man. Let's just do it.
No, that's not Rolexy.
It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. A ceramic Rolex. Wow.
All right, so we're doing some complicated value math here. Them all with the flamingo blue highlighted comment. So the Datejust is 10,500. Add on some value here, 3,000 to 4,000 for the new design and the open case back, and boom, you're at according to him, somewhere between 13.5 and 14.5. Boston Collector vehemently, thank you for the super chat. Boston Collector vehemently disagrees. This is $20,000. And if at 20,000, won't it sell all day long?
No. Long term, no. Why would you pay 20, let's call it 21,000 for this when you can have a steel Datejust at 10? That has decades and decades and decades of history with whatever dial color you want, bracelet options. You know, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, but if they're gonna come up with a new watch, the goal is to make it so desirable it's in the level of a Daytona, where if you get one, you just feel lucky that you got one. I think that's what they're aiming for, and that means it's got to have a higher price.
Boston Collect.
Yeah, go ahead.
Boston Collector says open case back means lower production numbers. They're making this a special model, low number, special movement. This is going to be $20,000.
I agree with them.
This will be very interesting to go back through the chat in a couple of days. Actually, you know, believe it or not, we are 18 hours away from the Rolex press conference in Geneva. Can you believe that? That's it. We are 18 hours away from the Rolex press conference in Geneva for Watches and Wonders, where all of this will be, all the rumors will be put to rest.
Honestly, I think we're going to get leaked images, maybe even tonight. At the rate we're going, I mean, this is the earliest, most accurate.
This is the earliest that we've got like full actual Rolex videos and a lot of detailed information.
I think
in a way,
leaks tonight.
in a way, it's good for Rolex because they're fucking dominating the news cycle. They always do, but they're just doing it. And even they can do no wrong, especially with something exciting like this. Like it or hate it, it is absolutely. I mean, AP came out with arguably like one of the best watches they've come out with in years. You know, a Royal Oak, a white gold Royal Oak 15510 with a beautiful blue gradient dial. Not a single picture anywhere on the internet. We're the only channel that covered it. No other watch channel or Instagram covered it at all.
Absolutely awful strategy. They had terrible timing, and by Tuesday morning, they will be buried under so much news that people will struggle to figure out from them what's new and what's not. Terrible, awful job. Awful job. Rolex hasn't even released yet. Some fucking dork who has too much time on his hands created all this on Reddit, and look how much attention it's getting.
I know, but it's Rolex versus AP. I mean, Rolex is the people's watch.
It's not Rolex versus AP. It's Rolex versus the world.
Yeah, it's the people's watch.
So, you know, I don't know why any brand, unless you're doing watches and wonders, right? And like you just released that day with everybody, I don't know why any brand would try to come in a week or two before Rolex. I just don't understand why anyone would try that. It's so foolish.
A great super chat there. Thank you.
Fantastic super chat from Matthias. $5 super chat. Pick up. You're doing advertising now. Guerrilla marketing. Pick up Deadbeat Seconds by J.W. Foster from Amazon immediately, or you may mysteriously disappear before Watches and Wonders. And he's spamming the chat with the link, the direct link. You don't even have to go to Google and type in Deadbeat Seconds Amazon. Just click on the link in the chat. If you do not have this book by now, you haven't read this book, I don't know what to tell you. It's the book of the year. It's an action-packed thriller written by a watch collector for watch collectors. But it's not just for watch collectors. It is for everybody. Anybody who likes great fictional action. And how would you describe it, Mr. Foster?
I would say a lot of things. But first of all, if you're a watch collector, it's almost like a fantasy for watch collectors to have all your favorite watches, go with your buddies to Geneva on a private jet and have a great time and get in a lot of trouble. So it'd be, you know, that way. But if you like James Bond, if you like The Bourne Identity, if you like thrillers, you're going to love this. I combined my love of technology with my love of watches, and it's the feedback has been very good, and I'm grateful for the feedback. But you know, it's 22 chapters. There's a lot of Easter eggs if you're a watch guy, but you don't have to be a watch guy to love it.
Thank you. Thank you, Matthias. So yeah, this is the video that kind of does a great job selling the watch. You get to see it holistically. Is it working? It's not working. Oh, there it is.
The Oyster Flex version of this cannot be that far away too, huh? It'll probably always be on this bracelet because of the significance of the bracelet.
Yeah, it's integrated bracelet. So there you go. There is the watch.
What'd I miss?
Nothing.
Okay. Yeah, I think they need to change the show to Rolex watches and wonder who those other guys are that are exhibiting.
No, there's a lot more. It's a lot more than Rolex. Stop.
Yeah, we got to see the Tudor releases so OC can get all excited.
I don't think if Tudor comes out with something exciting, I will cover it. Right after you shit your pants and swallow your teeth.
Yeah.
Go see why don't you appreciate Tudor? I mean, what's with the Tudor lasting?
Oh, I don't
You want the
know.
real answer?
Yes.
Please.
He got burned on one real bad.
That's true.
No,
I did buy. I bought one from Bucher. The blue dial, the Black Bay 58 blue, when it was super hot, and I bought it at retail for like, I think it was like 3,700 at the time, and with tax it was 4,000, and I couldn't wear it just because it was a Tudor. Like I wouldn't dare put it on because I'd be so ashamed. So it sat in the box for 2 years, and then I sold it to Bucher back. I sold it back to them for $2,000. Not only that, but I offered it to people in the community at massively discounted prices, and not a single person would buy it, which goes to show you that the watch is garbage.
No, I'm sorry. I offered to
Not
buy it.
garbage.
I offered to buy it, and then it got rescinded. But that was on a different channel. The real thing is what you guys don't know about OC. He hates poor people.
I don't hate poor people. I just don't interact with them. It's not that I refuse to interact with them, but I don't put myself in situations or social circles where poor people might be present.
If he thinks he's gonna be around poor people, he wears his Swatch Group Shitter Seamaster.
By the way, just for fun, because of all this stuff about Rolex and integrated bracelets and fun stuff like that, I decided to go to the bank and pull out this little beauty right here. What is this? I've never seen one in my life. What is that? It's the Rolex reference 5100.
That's a Tissot PRX.
Tissot PRX in gold coated. It is gold plated aluminum, guys.
It's not gold plated aluminum.
Gold plated aluminum. This is a 1970 Rolex 5100. This is extremely rare. Available in, I think there were 1,000 produced.
Really? Only 1,000?
Only 1,000. This is a numbered edition.
Piece unique.
It's not, well, it's unique to the number, which is 838 or whatever the number is.
Then that has to be the only watch that Rolex ever numbered, other than the Tudor All Black.
The Midas is also, there are only two collections that were numbered. The Midas and what this is known to in Rolex circles as the Texano, the 5100 Texano. Check it out.
Is that a 40 millimeter? Is that 40?
This is a 39 millimeter watch with an integrated bracelet, full yellow gold. Yeah, check it out. It has the hidden crown clasp, as you can see.
It was designed by Gerald Genta's dermatologist.
There it is here. You can see, is there the number on the case back?
That's a great watch, by the way. Incredible.
There's the number right here. Number 388. It's hand engraved. Number 388. You can see the bracelet. It's got these little
388. Great numbers too.
388. Full Rolex clasp. This was actually Rolex and Patek Philippe's response to the quartz crisis. And in the 60s, they spent years developing a quartz movement to compete with the Japanese quartz technology providers, and 21 manufacturers came together and developed this movement. It got put in this watch, and they made 1,000 pieces, and they discontinued it 2 years later. So check it out. It's the Rolex 5100 Texano.
What a banger. Wow.
And it does have true deadbeat seconds.
And I think it does. Yep, it has true deadbeat seconds. What is over 115 people watching right now, which is unbelievable. We have all of the we've unveiled all of the Rolex leaks that we could possibly reveal. Vimal, I know you're watching. If you can do me a favor and either WhatsApp me any news, like any like direct links to any posts that have any additional information, that would be awesome. But the breaking news today is that Rolex ambassador Roger Federer has debuted in public for the first time on social media a human being wearing the new Rolex Oyster Perpetual Land Dweller in stainless steel. This was a shot that I took of Roger moments ago while we were having lunch at a outdoor cafe in the Swiss Alps.
Was that before or after you shit your brains out from the fondue?
I don't like fondue. I mean, fondue is cheese mixed with some kind of like white wine and something else. And it has kind of like a funky taste. And I know you're supposed to dip like day-old bread into it. I saw a post on Instagram because all the watch collectors and watch nerds are already in Geneva and they're already eating of a guy who dipped French fries in it. And that to me sounds more appealing than dipping like old, hard, crusty bread. Like if you grab a bunch of French fries and dip the French fries in there, it might taste better. I would do this. I would dip it in the fondue. Then I'd dip it in ketchup or like a mayonnaise ketchup concoction and then eat it. But I did fondue last year and it's okay. But I'm not doing it again. All of my restaurant reservations are at like 4-star restaurants every night. I'm not even fucking around. I'm like, what would DeJourn Identity do? And it's like, yep. I'm like eating at fucking all these places. They're all French names with French steak places with escargot on the menu and elaborate fucking, steak dishes.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Let your watch
living
do
it
the
up.
talking. Let your watch do the talking.
Yep. I got I'm going to wear the Texano. I'd like to bring only 3 watches to Geneva. But the thing is, like, a lot of people like to see the Midas and a lot of people like to see the day-date. So it's tough. So I have the Midas, the day-date, the Texan, and the Patek Philippe. I can't not wear the Patek Philippe annual calendar because that's like my awesome newest dress watch. So I might have to deal with 4. Roger Federer. Here he is.
Do you know the story if you're coming back from Switzerland and they find watches on you, they can charge you, they can assess the tax on the watches?
Yeah. Which is why I always take pictures of the watches before I leave on my wrist. Or I'll do it in the airport. I'll actually take pictures of the watches in the airport with a date and time stamp so they can see that I had them with me in the United States.
Or
So
you just pull off to the side
yeah.
and call Uncle Chuck.
I say, hey, Uncle Chuck, what's going on with my diplomatic immunity?
Yeah. So
How
I
dare
didn't
these-
know. Yeah, I didn't know about this rule. And actually, the trip that inspired the book, I had 6 watches with me. And when I was leaving, I was flying Delta, and they pulled me to the side, and I freaked out. It was like, oh man, I just couldn't believe it. And they did the random check, where they go through your stuff, and they didn't go through my watches or anything like that. I had Jorn gave me a Jorn umbrella. And I was so scared that they would find my watches that I forgot my Jorn umbrella.
Oh,
Fortunately, Jorn gave me another umbrella. So, but yeah, I did not know that rule. So now I only go with 1 watch. I wouldn't take a bunch of watches.
If you take tutors, they just pass you through.
Yep.
of which I own 2, and I love both of them.
OC, are you going to be at the Leopard Room on this trip?
I'm not going to say which day that we may be going to the Leopard Bar or the Leopard Room, but yeah, I'd like to go. I don't think that, I'm not sure if they let old, unattractive, nerdy people like me in, but we'll see.
Tell them you know Blaze. They'll let you in.
Yeah. Okay. Bill, that's right.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Does the owner know Blaze?
Maybe.
All right, let's talk offline.
Yeah.
Shout out to I want to pull up another. If there are any interesting things that you guys see on Instagram, let me know. I'm happy to pull them up. But I think one of the good posts here is Celeb Watch Spotter. They have they've got the shot of Roger Federer and the watch side by side, so you can see like. By the way, if you go to Celeb Watch Spotter on Instagram, look for my post. You can see it. You can see it right here. There's my comment. Look for my comment that says, "Roger is the greatest. Awesome way to debut the new Rolex Land Dweller." You can like my comment and you can reply to my comment. If you just go ahead.
Tudor has a video.
No.
Doesn't show any watches.
Then no, not even gonna think about it. By the way, Captain is in the chat, and Captain also echoes Boston Collector's guess on. Oops, that was not intended. The guess for the retail price of the Land Dweller. I'm guessing $20,000 for the new bracelet cost, the new movement cost, the open case back, the gold rotor, the honeycomb dial. It's a solid release. Rolex dropping a new model is great and better than just dropping a new bezel color, which you would typically expect from Rolex. So yeah, they've got a lot of cool stuff coming, new dials, a completely new model. I think Rolex is owning the news cycle. They're going to own it for another 24 to 48 hours. Can Patek Philippe do anything at this point to get some notoriety? I saw an image from Vacheron that looks absolutely terrible. I gotta be totally honest with you. Have you seen the thing on Instagram from Vacheron? Fuck, it's ugly.
What is it?
What was it? By the way, Vacheron is crushing it. I mean, that steel 222. It runs circles around this Land Rover.
yeah, but it's ladies sized.
That's
why I switched my name to Roberta just to order it.
Here we go. I'm going to pull up a image from. I'll just share the screen. Can you guys see this? Let me get this off this. Boom. Okay. Let me move us down here. Make that a little bit bigger. Check this out. Novelties that push the boundaries.
Oh, look at all those pushers.
What's up? What's up with this ugly watch? Look at the pushers. Oh no, that's the shot that kills it right there. That's the shot that kills it. Ugly.
We don't know what's on the other side of this. It could be amazing. We don't know. I mean, clearly they don't spend as much on marketing as Rolex. So You know, maybe they put all the money in the watch.
Look at those ugly pushers on the left hand. Didn't they learn from Patek Philippe? You make a watch with those ugly pushers on the left hand side, and it's a fucking dog right out of the gate. Feel free to disagree with me, guys. I don't know anything about like high-end watches. So like, actually, I just started learning about watches like 6 months ago. So I don't know anything about horology, but I just don't like the look of big honking pushers.
I can't wait to see how this ages when we see this watch. I'm with Boston Collector on this. It's going to be something incredible.
Boston Collector says that it is an astrological calendar, which is awesome because, like, listen, if you're a Libra or a Sagittarius, let's say you're an Aquarius and you want to know your horoscope, these watches will help tell you like what kind of day you're going to have. And then the minute repeater function is also there to go ding, 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 doo, ding, doo, ding, doo. Like, you know, if you're going to have a good day or not. So, yeah, astrology calendar, minute repeater. Something super complicated. Yeah, you know what? I don't fucking care.
You're savage.
Dumb.
Savage.
Dumb. And by the way, I think the Steel 2.2 is it's boring out of the gate. It's totally boring out of the gate. I mean, the dial, it's kind of not cool. I have a bunch of pictures. Should I show the pictures or not? Probably not. It would have been better.
Mock-ups of the next watch?
No, I have. Buckley and I went to the Vacheron boutique just a couple of days ago, and we had an excellent experience. They treated us very well, and I gotta give a shout out to Vacheron. But I'm not gonna pull up their the pictures that we took.
I'm a fan. I mean, you look at the, Patek with the Cubis, right? Very controversial piece. AP doing their thing, very controversial. And then you got the Vacheron over there. Vacheron being Vacheron.
Yep. Now let's take the time to go over other leaks that have been quasi-confirmed. Let me just double check my messages to make sure here. But other leaks or news that have been revealed include the following: that the celebration dial has been the celebration dial on the Oyster Perpetual has been discontinued. The entire 41 millimeter Oyster Perpetual, something's going on there. Something's happening. Either the entire 41 line has been discontinued or the OP41 has been reimagined with new reference numbers. So something's going on there. We've got the new Green Hornet white gold GMT, which is the left-hand drive white gold, potentially with a green dial. Also in GMT news, we have a new dial for the full gold root beer, and the Pepsi remains unchanged. Pepsi's still in the catalog. We have a bunch. We have one new dial for all of the precious metal Daytonas, almost all of the precious metal Daytonas. We have a new dial for white gold, yellow gold, and rose gold on Oysterflex, and a new dial for rose gold and yellow gold on the full metal bracelet. No changes to stainless steel. And the rumor is that the full gold Daytona will look something like this: yellow gold with a turquoise dial. The floral motif for the date just is gone.
Oh,
yeah, and no changes to the Submariner, no changes to the Sea Dweller, the Deep Sea, no changes to the Yachtmaster, no changes to the Explorer, and no changes to the Air King. On the dress watch side, it looks like we'll be getting a new dial, 1 or 2 new dials for the yellow gold 1908. So 1908, there may be 2 new dials.
God, I wish they would push into some complications there.
I know. But that is quite a long list of stuff. Here is a great shot according to ID Guy. Let's see, gotta find it here.
Wow, Boston says the celebration dials jumped 6K in the last 12 hours.
Yeah.
And then Vamal talking about the Le Mans might, if they discontinue the yellow gold, making it a 1-year watch like the previous white gold and go to rose gold, that yellow gold will be for all the money.
Yeah. I about a couple of months ago, I actually, maybe it was, I can't remember when it was, but I did go in, when I was at Rolex, I said that if they discontinued the yellow gold and make a rose gold version of the Le Mans, I was calling it then. So we'll see if it happens. It might not happen. They might say, you know what, white gold and yellow gold, and we're done. But yeah, that would be an off-catalog release. And by the way, there could be other off-catalog stuff as well. They also, there's some other news too I will share as well. Like, for example, you know, a year ago, Rolex introduced very gem set presidential bracelets and put those in the on catalog and on the website. And it looks like some of those are being discontinued due to probably poor reception and extremely high prices. So there was remember the diamond Centerlink President bracelet? It looks like they're going to tweak that and maybe pull it for rose gold or pull it for white gold or something like that. We've got Boston Collector. The celebration dials jumped 6%, $6,000 in 12 hours. That makes sense. Seize on the opportunity. Dubai Expat is in the chat. What's up, Dubai Expat? He has a great channel on YouTube. Hey, OC, nice stream. The JLC teaser is promising for a nice reverso, and Panerai has some new releases as refined models as well. Guys, if you want to learn more about JLC teasers or Panerai releases, head on over to the Dubai Expat YouTube channel.
You're not going to talk about it.
We don't fucking cover that shit here.
I am rooting. I'm rooting for all brands, but I'm especially rooting for Panerai. I mean, Panerai is just give Panerai needs a break. I mean,
yeah,
Panerai
you know, I really appreciate that sentiment. I, on the other hand, I'm not rooting for them, and don't plan on covering them in the slightest. I don't think anything JLC could do is interesting to me, and Panerai is all the watches look the same, so I will not be covering them in any way, shape, or form. Guys, sorry, it's an elitist watch channel. If you just tuned in for the first time, it's the original OC channel. We cover 4 brands and 4 brands only. Why? Because those are the only 4 brands that really matter. It's Richard Mille, Rolex, Patek Philippe, and AP. On a side, occasionally we'll cover Vacheron Constantin or maybe something that FP Journe comes out with or whatever, only because those are hype watches. And we like to cover hype watches here on this channel. So we're elitist and we don't apologize for it. If there's a new thing that comes out by like, you know, J.N. Shapiro or Raoul Paget or Remy Cools or Reshep, yeah, we'll look at it for like 5 minutes. Okay. And then we'll go back to the great watches that Rolex and Patek Philippe and Richard Mille make.
And let's face it, The only thing Panerai has going for them is they're not as screwed up as Zenith.
Brian, that's harsh.
That's true.
That's
Zenith
harsh.
is totally fucked. I'm more excited to see something that Hublot comes out with before Zenith, JLC, Panerai, IWC, and don't get me started on some of these other brands like Studio Underdog. If you think you can come into the chat and talk about Studio Underdog or Christian Ward and all that all that nonsense, just you found the wrong channel. Leave immediately.
So, OC, what'd you do with all the Ming watches that you bought?
Yes, that's another brand. Don't even think about mentioning Ming or anything like that. Sorry. Wrong channel for you.
Someone brought up Shinola. Quick Shinola story. I was in Tokyo, and this pop-up Shinola booth in a store, and there were people in line. It was shocking. I wanted to, as if I could speak Japanese right now, I would have grabbed the megaphone and said, "Don't do it, don't do it." But yeah, people are buying their watches in Tokyo.
Now, if you want to talk about any of those watches, you can come on the panel. You'll be allowed to talk about them. I won't talk about them or pull them up, and I will not be highlighting comments like this one from John D., who's a cool guy who says, "Damn it, OC, when can we cover the Shinola teaser?" Yeah.
Boston needs to jump on because we're just vibing today. I mean, I'm rooting for Panerai. I want to see them back. And as much as you hate Panerai, OC, I love Panerai as much as you hate them.
I didn't say hate. Did I say hate? No.
You didn't say hate. You just call them like shitter. They're just in the shitter.
I didn't use that word. Okay. Don't put words in my mouth.
Okay.
I didn't even call them a garbage brand. That would be something like zero worst.
Okay, we're gonna just take away what I just said. It's not your cup of tea.
Not exactly. Not my cup of tea. Here, by the way, shout out to ID Guy. He's like a good-looking British guy who does some stuff on YouTube and on Instagram. And he did a pretty good mock-up here. Just move us down to the bottom here, make that a little bit bigger. Pretty good mock-up of the new Green Hornet, which is the white gold green dial GMT Master 2. Left-hand drive. So that's a lot to say. White gold, left-hand drive, GMT, green dial. Like, just say Green Hornet, and everybody knows what you mean. The Green Hornet.
Or the Riddler.
Isn't the Riddler one of the names that they came up with for? Actually, the Riddler was the first stainless steel.
The Riddler didn't stick. Sprite beat out the Riddler. In that first couple of days, it was like Riddler, Sprite, and Sprite won. So now the Riddler name comes back with this watch, and it's Riddler Green Hornet, and we'll see. Green Hornet seems to be leading the naming convention.
That's right. Green Hornet is in the lead with the watch nerds. Look, just because it's Dubai Expat, I'll pull up his comment. He says, "I still love Panerai and hope they still have a promising future. The design is iconic and a super history." There, we gave Panerai their just rewards.
Yeah,
I will say too, if anybody wanted to buy Panerai, there's never been a better time. I was looking at some Panerais online last night, and there are a couple of pieces that I always loved that were $20,000 Panerais going for like $7,000. Shocking.
And some of their solid gold pieces are just freaking beautiful.
Can I make a short commentary on the state of corporate news media? I mean, let me just quickly say that once again, corporate news media has been completely left behind in terms of covering these leaks and these releases. And that's because they're in bed with the brands and they're under embargo. So what it does is it creates a massive vacuum where social media fills the void, and YouTube and Instagram become, in this case, the best source for information on the releases. Dare I say, there's zero places that you can go on Monochrome or Odinky to learn about what's going on, and all of it is coming from the grassroots social media influencers and hackers, ironically, and hackers who are able to break in to media portals and get the stuff and WikiLeaks fucking data dump style, drop it on the dark web, and we pick it up and air it in the spirit of fair use. So that's my commentary on corporate media. Feel free. The views and opinions expressed by Original C are those of myself only and do not represent the views of the panelists or the Original OC channel.
On that note, I'm going to leave you because you offended me.
Please leave. I offended you intentionally.
Yeah. Everybody
Now,
have a happy Sunday.
I don't know if you have a good one. I don't know if you want to cover this in depth, but I actually do want to give kudos to Waco and to Revolution Watch. Now, why? Why would I do that? I would do that because they actually came out with a video that talks about the Land Dweller before its official release, and they talk about all the leaks about the natural escapement and the history of the natural escapement, Rolex's patents, and what they think the watch is going to do. And even though this video is long, 17 minutes, I actually learned stuff in it. So I'm actually going to drop the link to the video in the chat because I want to give them kudos. If you watch it, please leave a comment and tell them that you found out about it from the Original OC channel. But Jordan Identity, if you got to bounce, feel free.
Yeah.
Anytime.
No, they did. Yeah, they did a great job covering the technology behind the new escapement. Great video.
It is a good video, and I think I will, in the spirit of being fair to them, because they did do an incredible job, I think I will play it and comment on it. So let me drop the link to the panel here. If anybody wants to join me for the airing of this video, click here. I dropped the link to the original video in the chat. And let's go through it. What I will do is I will turn on closed captioning so you can read it as it goes along. Let me turn down the video quality so it doesn't create massive buffering. And let's get into it.
Yep. Peace out, OC. Okay.
All right. Peace out, Jordan. Thanks. Someone wants to jump on, take Buckley's and Jordan's place on the panel. Feel free. This is everything. This is about the natural escapement. And I think this is pretty educational stuff. We may lose 30 or 40 viewers, but if you're actual watch people, you'll appreciate this. Check it out.
Guys, it's Waco and Kasim Kwong live from Geneva, here to unlock all of the mysteries.
And I promise not to interrupt. So I won't be interrupting like every 6 seconds. I'll actually let it run for a couple minutes at a time and just comment briefly when there's a logical point in the video. But this video, shout out to our friends at Revolution Watch. We are playing this video consistent with U.S. copyright laws under fair use. It is newsworthy, and we're providing commentary over it. And I do want to thank the folks at Revolution for not striking the channel. We are recognizing that you guys are the source of this content. It is content that is owned by you, and we're airing it in the spirit of fair use.
Mysteries behind the Rolex Land Dweller.
Yes.
So, of course, we don't condone leaked images, but Rolex yesterday just dropped this video.
And kudos to them for actually acknowledging that there were leaked images and actually commenting on it and actually publishing them.
Video, we have basically figured out the various things that you need to know about the Land Dweller.
Yes.
So, number one, please check out this sequence. Now that is mind-blowing, because what that is the first all-new escapement that has been produced on an industrial scale in 26 years, Constant.
That's right.
Check that out. That is clearly a double wheel escapement. It is Rolex's version of their natural escapement. That means on an industrial scale, because Rolex produces on an industrial
That's right.
scale. It is the first all-new escapement since 1999, when Omega introduced the coaxial.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about.
So shout out to these guys. They're actually dropping watch knowledge here. This is good shit. Shout out to Revolution and Waco. And I look forward to seeing Waco in Geneva in a couple of days. And I will happily tell him that, hey, while I don't agree with everything that Revolution does, this is good shit. This is the kind of shit that matters. Like learning about, I wouldn't have learned this. Obviously, I saw the leaked images of the escapement, but didn't know like all the history and stuff. So like this is an example of them edumacating the watch community, and this is the stuff I really like from them.
About what an escapement is. What's an escapement, Constant?
Basically, the heart of the movement.
It is the heart of the movement. It is what unlocks the impulses of energy that are being sent to the balance wheel. It has two tasks. It releases the energy from the mainspring, and it powers the oscillations of the balance wheel, sending it one direction first, and then being unlocked and sending it in the other direction. Now this happens 8 times a second in Rolex watches, because they're going at 4 hertz or
28,800 vibration per hour.
This happens every second of every minute of every hour of the day that you have your Rolex watch like this one on your wrist, and that is absolutely amazing. But the Swiss Anchor escapement, which is the escapement that's being used pretty much by everyone in the watch industry, except for Omega, has one major issue, and that is sliding friction. And because of the sliding friction, it needs to use lubrication.
Lubrication, yes.
So this brings us to point number 2.
Well, I'm not sure what sliding friction is, but I understand the point that escapements need lubrication. They have the microscopic drops of oil or synthetic lubricant or whatever that they put in the movements.
Check out this video again. You see it's a double wheel escapement, and it is Rolex's version of Breguet's natural escapement.
Tell me more about what a natural escapement is.
So the double wheel escapement, which was created by Breguet, was directly impulsing the balance wheel. And because it didn't have sliding friction, but only tangential friction, right, it could be created and used without any lubrication.
I see.
The only problem was back in the 18th century, you couldn't make things super precisely, right?
Okay.
The natural escapement was one other problem. It is not just one escape wheel, but it adds a second wheel, and sometimes even has 4 wheels. More on that later, depending on which model that you use. So that means you have to accelerate and stop an additional wheel or an additional 3 more wheels for the natural escapement, which is a lot more weight.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, the natural escapement first made its appearance in modern watchmaking in 2001 on the Ulysse Nardin Freak.
Yeah, the original Freak.
Correct. So if you look at the escapement of the Freak, you see these 2 blue wheels impulsing directly the roller table of the balance. Now, what are those wheels? I
still don't understand a lot of this shit, but I get it. Like shit's moving and there's gears and the teeth and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I get it. But other than that, a lot of it goes over my head.
Made of? They're made of a super light material called silicon.
Yes, that's right.
Right? Now that's really incredible, and we will come back to that later because this is really pertinent to the land dweller. However, let's continue a little bit with the history of the natural escapement in modern watchmaking. So from there, we see the natural escapement appear in Laurent Ferrier's micro rotor in 2010.
2010.
That is a 2-wheel escapement with both of the wheels made from nickel phosphorus using Liga technology, and with a lever in between them made of silicon. Right? But that's the model of 2 wheels being driven, the first wheel being driven by the gear train and the second wheel being driven by the first wheel. But there's another version of the natural escapement that has 4 wheels. It has the 2 escape wheels and it has 2 drive wheels on top of that. So that the second wheel in the natural escapement is actually meshed also to the gear train, which makes it a lot more stable. And there are 2 brands using that model. The first is Kari Voutilainen, which introduced his version of that in 2011 with the Vent 8 or 28.
Vent 8, yeah.
Right? And François-Paul Journe, who introduced his version of that with the beautiful, magnificent Chronometre Optimum in 2012.
2012, yeah.
Now this.
Okay. Good watch knowledge. Edutainment at its best.
Brings us to point number 3 about this. So this brings us to point number 3. Let's look at this leaked image of the Rolex Land Dweller. And
fascinating. Look at the image. Look on the left-hand side. You can see the 3 versions. 3 versions of the Land Dweller. It looks like 2 with a white metal. That could be stainless steel and white gold, or stainless steel and platinum. And then you have a rose gold in the middle.
And you can see a crown between Swiss and made.
That's right.
Now, Constance, what does that crown mean?
So the crown was introduced in after 2017 with a more upgraded movement with higher accuracy count. With all Rolex watches that comes with a crown between Swiss made, the certification will be the movements will be in between +2 and -2.
So let's back up here for a second, because Rolex watches with this crown are actually double certified. They
That's
have
right.
first cost certification, which is -4
Plus
+6. And then they actually go back to Rolex, are tested as entire watches, because cost only tests movements for the time being. And then are tested again for within tolerances of -2 +2.
That's right.
Now that is incredibly badass and that is market leading. But that crown appears on the Land Dweller, meaning that this version of the natural escapement created by Rolex has been certified as a superlative chronometer, and therefore is accurate within -2 +2.
That's crazy.
That is freaking game changing. All the watches that I mentioned.
Game changing, guys. Now, this is good knowledge. This is the kind of stuff that where you really do value and appreciate the work that Waco and his associates and Revolution Watch do for the community.
Are all made in relatively small volume.
That's right. Yeah.
And none of those watches have come even close to being cost certified. This is Rolex basically saying, okay, we're introducing an all new escapement, but incidentally, we've tested the shit out of it.
I'm
and
sure.
we are super confident
Yeah.
that it can be made on an industrial scale, and boom, -2 +2.
That's crazy.
How you like me now, right? So that is awesome, right? But one other interesting thing that you can tell from the video, and let's stop it again right here, is that actually this is not a pure natural escapement. Let's look at this article created by our in-house technical guru, Cheryl Chia. Shout out to you, Cheryl. And you can see based on this image that Rolex's patent for its natural escapement involves a lever, right? And it is the two wheels that are impulsing the lever, which then sends energy to the roller table of the balance wheel. It's kind of a hybrid natural escapement.
It reminds me of something.
Yes, exactly. So this has actually appeared before, also by Ulysse Nardin, in their V2 of their escapement. So their first version of their escapement was actually created called a dual direct, right? And that's because the teeth were directly impulsing the balance. V2 of that was the dual indirect, and it added this kind of lever. I don't even know if they make it anymore, but it was really cool, right? So this is also pretty groundbreaking. That means that Rolex has also come up with an all-new version of the natural escapement to make it function perfectly, and they can produce it on an industrial scale.
Yo, it's insane, man. It's definitely.
So this brings us to point number 5, that Rolex has now gone all into silicon.
That's right.
Right?
Yep.
Because if you look at this video again, if you look at the profile of those teeth, and if you look at the color of the wheels,
It's quite easily guessed that it's kind of made of silicon.
Yeah,
to
in
be
fact,
honest.
actually, you even see a little detail of the Siloxy hairspring, which is their patented silicon.
Now, in the interview with AP CEO Ilaria Resta a few days ago, she said that they will never use silicone in their watches because they don't believe it's approved by their mechanical. It's not a historically significant material, and their watchmakers don't approve of it. So they believe that everything within the watch should be able to be maintained and replaced, and they don't believe in the use of silicone. Interesting, but Rolex and Patek Philippe definitely do.
Silicone hairspring,
That's right.
right?
Yep.
And the color of that is exactly the same color of these two wheels, which is super, super cool. So let's talk about like silicone. Why do people use it for the watch industry? Well, go ahead.
So I think the first big thing why we use silicon is because of amagnetic, its anti-magnetic properties.
Yes, Constance, you're absolutely right. And let's add to that 3 other reasons as well. The first is the way in which it's fabricated. It's fabricated using deep reactive ion etching.
Wow.
Which is a form of like photolithography. And that means that they can manufacture parts that are accurate down to the micron.
That's amazing.
Right. So you can make super complex parts, but you can make them incredibly accurate, and you can produce them at scale, right?
Wow.
With the same level of consistency for every single wheel, which is crazy. The second thing is that silicone has a very low friction coefficient.
That's right. Yeah.
Right. So you know when you get all lubed up when it's time for love. No, I'm just joking. So like the other thing is silicone has a very low friction coefficient.
Yeah.
And
What the fuck? Waco, come on, man. It's the Family Channel. Okay.
In an escape wheel, especially in an escapement that is ideally created to not use any lubrication, right? That's exactly the material that you want to
That's
use
right, yeah.
where friction could potentially occur the most in the escape wheels. So there's that. And then on top of that is the surface hardness of silicone, which is
1,100 Victors, right?
which is how many times harder than steel?
So steel is not more than 300, so I would say close to 4 times.
Yeah, so that's pretty damn incredible. And then on top of that, it's super light as well. So that means it's considerably lighter. So accelerating and decelerating 2 wheels, if they're that light, for the movement.
Yeah.
However, this brings us up to a topic. We are speculating that this movement is running without any form of lubrication, right? Which means it is the first serially or industrially in watchmaking history for a wristwatch that is running. And I mean a watch that's produced at scale. Changing. And when we talk about Rolex and their dedication to upping the game in terms of watches, to create a movement that is an all-new escapement that is superlative chronometer certified, that's using their version of Breguet's, natural escapement, but then on top of that, making the entire watch or the entire escapement lubrication free.
Wow.
That's so freaking badass. And on top of that,
it's totally freaking badass for people who love this kind of watch movement, watch caliber stuff. So it's good. Like, am I like paying super close attention to everything they're saying? No, but like I'm getting like 10% of it.
It has all the amagnetic properties that you're looking for.
Everything that you want,
Okay, guys, let's go back in time a little bit here just to talk about the history of silicone in the watch industry. Silicone for the watch industry was created at the CSEM, which is a technical institute in Neuchâtel, by a guy named Nico de Roy. In 2005, they created
the reference 5250G,
which had a silicone
escape wheel.
Correct. All of this, it was actually Rolex that made the very first experiments with silicone.
Really?
And this was confirmed to me by 2 people. One was Nico de Roy himself, who is today the chairman of the board of directors of COSC, and he was like, yeah, Rolex was the very first people to try any form of experiment with silicone. In fact, they actually had already, way before anyone else, experimented with silicone escapements with integrated pallets on the lever, which is incredible.
Almost 20 years ago.
Before anyone, right? So Rolex has been working on this for a really long time. The other person that also confirmed this for me was a guy named Jacques Bauer. No, that is not the character from the TV show 24, though I love that show. Shout out to my boy Kiefer Sutherland. You're a badass. But he was the old technical director of Rolex. And the first time that I was invited to the Rolex manufacturer, I was like, hey, bro, I heard that you guys were working on silicone way before everyone else. And he's like, yes.
Wow.
The other thing to know is that it was in 2002, Rolex, Patek, UN, and Swatch Group patented Cylinbar, right, which is silicone with a deposit of silicone dioxide on top of it, which allows for it to be thermally stable, right? Because silicone changes in elasticity when it's exposed to heat, right? So the dioxide layer would act in the opposite way so that it would remain stable. Okay, that's all you need to know about silicone for now. So let's go to another rationale for the launch of the Land Dweller. Let's look at all.
Whew, that was more than I needed to know about silicone, I'll be honest.
All the different Rolex families and what's missing. What's missing is an integrated bracelet sport chic watch.
Right.
And today you may say, oh, is that still really relevant? But actually it is. Why? Because the way people dress is completely different, right? No one dresses in a purely formal way anymore. And a sport chic watch allows you to do everything.
Sport chic, that's actually a good name. It's particularly calls it sports elegant. Waco calls it sports chic.
Literally, yeah. And one reason why integrated sports watches are still in production today.
Correct.
Still introducing, so it's relevant.
Rolex does not actually have an integrated bracelet sport chic watch in its lineup until now, and until the Land Dweller. And actually, there's a wonderful design precedent for this as well.
That's right.
And that goes all the way back to the advent.
Hey, check that out. Nice. That watch looks very familiar, doesn't it? Yeah. Check it out. Waco stock just went up a lot in my book. Nice.
technology in Switzerland with the Beta 21 and Rolex's 5100.
That's right.
Otherwise known as the
The
Texano.
Texano.
Designed by?
Designed by Mr. Of course, Gerald Genta.
Exactly, he misses
Yes.
Gerald Genta. So that watch was a moderate success,
Yeah.
or maybe not that.
Not
terrible
really that
success,
great.
right?
Made for 7
It was a disaster. It was kind of a disaster, to be honest.
years, and it was quickly discontinued.
But the amazing thing was Rolex was like, listen, if we're going to do quartz, we might as well just do our own quartz movement. So
That's
they
right.
created this crazy ass movement called the oyster quartz, which was the most beautifully decorated quartz movement of the time.
That's right.
That was jeweled. That actually had its own thermal compensator. In 1977, they launched the oyster quartz with an integrated bracelet
That's
design
right.
that looks very similar.
Beautiful looking watch. Simple, elegant, masculine. Very nicely designed watch. Just classic and simple.
Similar to the Land Dweller.
That's right, the series 17,000. But the one that's actually similar to what we've seen in the Land Dweller today is the two-tone one, which is the reference 17013.
You can see that there are different sizes for the Land Dweller as well. So constantly, what do you speculate the different sizes will be?
So I mean, Rolex is not new to different sizes. Just look at the Datejust. There's definitely size for men, definitely size for women. I believe the Land Dweller will be for women, 33 to 35 mm, and then maybe for men, 36 to 38 mm. That's my guess. Yeah,
I think there's a real sweet spot there.
Pretty good guesses. I think for women, probably 34 to 35 mm, maybe 34 to 36, and for men, 37 to 39.
There and also, but I would say that actually it's probably up to the individual in terms of what size that they want to wear. I mean, that's kind of the world we live in today, and it's perfectly fine, right? But that's at least two sizes, one slightly smaller size and one slightly larger, not massive, but sort of like elegant still. I think that at 37 mm, you have the perfect sizes, around the same size as Vacherons 222, which is a watch that can be worn equally well by men or women. Now, there's another thing about this whole idea of a watch that appeals to both men and women, and it's the following, right? So the last 4 years has been one in which Rolex has steadily increased its average price while still retaining its desirability. It's actually really smart. The CEO, Jean-Fred Dufour, is a brilliant guy because he hasn't really massively increased production. In fact, from last year, from 23 to 24, they actually slightly decreased production.
Decrease a little bit, yeah.
Maybe they were clearing the way for a new production line.
Maybe. We'll never know.
So they've increased average price from 11,500 Swiss francs to 13,300 Swiss francs. And so doing has brought an additional 2 billion Swiss francs to their revenue, right? That's been a brilliant strategy. But Rolex is also, I think, really clever about achieving parity between male and female customers, which is the dream of any watch brand, right?
That's right.
Aha. The dream of any watch brand is getting more female, having a good balance of new customers versus returning customers, female customers versus male customers. And that's why AP is doing what they're doing. Actually, huge shout out, by the way, to Waco. He's dropping a lot of facts and figures and watch knowledge here. Kudos to him. If you're a watch guy, you're probably learning a lot. And that's what good journalism is all about. So listen, sometimes I criticize corporate media. Sometimes I'll be harsh on Waco and Revolution. But here is an example of them doing what they do best, probably better than anybody else. And that's because of Waco's knowledge. And this guy, too, whoever he is, with the dyed blonde hair. And the I Miss Gerald Genta sweatshirt. But listen, this is a good tag team, and they're dropping a lot of good stuff here. You have to appreciate it.
There's a lot of watch brands that skew a lot more male, right? And that means they're kind of missing out a lot of potential audience from women. And there's a lot of brands that are maybe more female oriented that are missing out potential.
By the way, Vimal asks a good question in the chat. He asks, OC, do you think they are guessing, or did Rolex sign off on this range? I think they know something. I don't think they're guessing. I think they know, and that's why they're saying it. And they're not, while they can't say exactly how big the two sizes are, they're including the actual size within the ranges that they provided. I mean, I think they want to be able to go back in a few days and say, oh, whoops, see, we told you so, that we thought there was going to be this size, and we thought there was going to be this size, and sure enough, those watches fall within those ranges. So did Rolex sign off on it? No. Do they know inside information? Probably. Are they sharing some of that information in a way that won't get them in trouble? Yes. That's what I think. Back to the video.
Potential audience for men. If you have absolute parity, then this is the dream because you're not missing any market share.
I will say this, that Rolex is the only brand that I know that men embrace ladies watches, and a lot of women that love Rolexes love the men's size watches.
Actually, that's a cool thing about Rolex.
Yeah.
It's a watch for anyone, right? And
It
you can
is.
wear any model and you can wear it
They're
any
the
way
best.
that you want. So
They are the best.
you had a remark about this part of the video related to the clasp.
See, this is a whole new bracelet that I have never seen before. It is similar to the Oyster Quartz that I mentioned, the 17013, but it is completely different. It has a construction that is kind of interesting. It has 3 links, but in the middle is a white link, which I've never seen before. And it also
He's referring to the beak. So where the clasp is, where you actually lift the beak and the hook, that's actually one piece there. That's a one wide link that is the beak that goes into the hook. So yeah, it looks great the way they did it. It looks like it continues the 3-link design all the way across.
It also features the hidden clasp that's normally on the Rolex Deletes.
Okay, so the last thing that I want to put out here, and bear in mind that this entire video has been speculative. It's just based on the homework and deduction that we've done based on the video that Rolex released. I actually think there might be a potential for this movement to be high frequency. Why? When you look at Rolex's patent, it states exactly in the patent that it works for 3 hertz, 4 hertz, but it also works for higher frequencies, 5 hertz and above.
Wow.
Because
I don't know anything about that. I do know that my Zenith operates at 5 hertz, whereas all Rolexes that I have, the mechanical ones, operate at 4 hertz. I even have some watches that operate at 3 hertz, I believe. Maybe the Patek is 3 hertz. I can't remember.
So in the end, Rolex has also introduced an all-new escapement back in 2014 called Chronergy, right? And Chronergy is their version of the Swiss Anchor escapement, but made much more efficient. How much more efficient?
15% more efficient.
Exactly, right? So that means, like, so where does this escapement sit next to Chronergy? Well, actually, they were able to elevate vibrational speeds to 5 hertz or above, right? Which actually would give you even more autonomy from shock, which is at the core of what Rolex is about, shock resistance. Then you would have a movement that could sit side by side with Chronergy and be equally cool.
That's right.
So the last thing is, you had a very interesting observation that if you look at the watches, it's a date function. So it's basically a date just movement.
I don't know. I didn't get what he was talking about in terms of being on parity with Chronergy and all that stuff. That went way over my head. Maybe you guys understood it.
I believe that is the date just or sub movement, if you want to call it.
So that would actually fit pretty much in any watch.
Any watch, like the Yachtmaster. I talk about the base caliber for the GMT, the subs.
Yeah,
everything.
All the turning bezel, all the turning bezel
Yes.
watches could have this movement in addition, and that may be the future as well. In the end, guys, that's the detective work that Constant and I have done based
Very good job. I want to say thank you to Revolution Watch and Waco for the education, and I will drop the link again in the chat for that video. If you're just joining us, this is the watch breaking news here on the Original OC channel. We do have the Land Dweller. We have images of the Land Dweller. We have videos. We have the inside scoop on all of the 2025 novelties. We have all the leaked information. Go back through the live stream and check it out. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you guys a chance to jump on the panel. I'll drop the panel link in the chat. This is the last chance that you'll have to jump on the panel and chat watches. I also want to remind you guys that for those of you who want to become members, please become a member if you're not already a member of the Original OC channel. This is also your final chance to super chat if you want to. If you want to super chat and show your appreciation for today's 3-hour show where we covered all of the late breaking news on the new Rolex Oyster Perpetual Land Dweller and covered all the leaks on the Daytonas, on the Sky Dwellers, on the Oyster Perpetuals. So please become a member today. Wrist Watchholic in the chat reminds everyone to upvote the live stream. That's also a great way to show your support for the show. And what I will do now is I want to kind of go back to this shot, this awesome shot of the bracelet And fire off your this is the last chance for questions as well. If you want to fire off some questions, now is the chance to do it. Please ask questions now. This is your opportunity. And sorry, I'm just doing a few more things in the background. Bear with me. All right, that's it. I think that's it. Good show, everybody. Last chance to jump on, last chance for questions. Make sure you upvote the live stream. Dubai expat in the chat. OC, did you ever consider selling your watch collection and investing all the funds into Zenith? No, I did not. I know you have a Zenith Zenith Chronomaster Sport, right, Dubai expat? Do you still have it, or did you get rid of it? Let me know. Upvote the live stream. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one. Okay? Peace out, everybody. Have an incredible Sunday.
And the Oscar goes to.
And the Oscar goes to.
And the Oscar goes to.
What next?
Action.
One more movie.
It's hysterical.
And action.
Film is a great collaborative art form.
It's gotta be truthful.
I pick my feature film battles very carefully. I must say, it's an exhausting process. Every time I would get tired of a scene and not want to persist, I would say, pain is temporary, but films are forever.
And the Oscar goes to Martin Scorsese.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you to the Academy.
Thank you so very much. And action.